Texas won't let me get up. I ain't gonna be here long. Might afraid I'm going. I ain't gonna be here long, Lord. I ain't gonna be here long. But my heart it sure ain't pumping like it used to do. Lord knows I bump a leg and it turns black and blue. Yes, it does. Now they say that it's unhealthy the way that I live. My liver's gone, my lungs are shot, and my heart's about to give. But I ain't gonna let that bother me, no. So I'm drinking, smoking, gun to rebel son. I ain't gonna let that bother me, no, Lord. So I'm drinking, smoking, gun to rebel son. I ain't gonna be here long. Not afraid I'm going. I ain't gonna be here long, Lord. I ain't gonna be here long. Ain't gonna be here long. No matter where I'm going. I ain't gonna be here long, Lord. So I'm drinking, smoking, gun to rebel son.
Welcome everybody to Fren Report Live number 10. With me tonight I have Jamie Borch,
And low borders.
Johnny Ketamine aka K-Hole,
Howdy.
and Air Raid Siren.
Dead air. Uh-oh.
He probably forgot he was muted.
Yeah, there we go. Get with the fucking program, Ray Raid. Come on.
He'll figure out he's muted at some point and say hi.
Oh, shit, I'm going too
Yeah.
fast.
Laugh it up, fucker.
There he is. There he is.
Slow down.
Howdy, folks. Howdy.
It's okay. You're Canadian, so we didn't expect much.
We weren't expecting anything of value to be coming out of your mouth, you fucking leaf.
So that was a low blow. That was a low blow.
Sorry about that.
He's not
It's
wrong.
just,
He's
you
not
know, heat of the
wrong, but that
moment.
doesn't mean he had to
Heat of
say
the
it.
moment.
Exactly.
I speak the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the goddamn truth.
That's
Praise
my
the
story,
Lord.
and I'm
Pass the
sticking with it.
potatoes.
Praise the Lord, cross your eyes, dot your T's, shit.
Yep.
Late and Canadian. That's right, Biggie Slam. Oh.
Gotta take off your hat, praise the Lord, thank your mama. You know.
The day of the rake draws nigh.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you'd like to support the stream, you can donate directly at streamlabs.com/FriendReport V2. It's in the YouTube description. Of course, diamonds and whatever on D-Live. And so yeah, it was slow at first for a change. It was Saturday, so
Yeah.
you expect that.
The shit's starting to hit the fan.
But the shit's hitting the fan already.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a crazy night, I'm sure.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, for sure. I'm surprised it took as long as it did for things to start heating up.
Yeah.
But I honestly, it's like the left doesn't understand what's going on at all, right? Like they don't understand the amount of popular support Trump has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they see these Proud Boy things, and the Charlottesville thing a couple of years ago was an easy target for them. There's plenty of setup. There's plenty of time. It was telegraphed to the world what was going to happen, and it was easy for them. This time, people are pissed off, and we were talking about that Twitter thread with that lefty going into, as it put it, infiltrate the mega march, which is fucking just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I was looking at it through that thread, and it was, there's a picture of a couple of people, and every time she had a small group of people, she would put a disclaimer on it. I don't know if it was a she or an it or a they, whatever the fuck. Whatever. She'd put a disclaimer on it going, this is not the rally. This is just a small group of people going to the rally. And
a small group of people going to the rally.
Yeah, so there's like 100 people walking down the street, and she's going to the left. Don't get your hopes up, guys. It's way bigger than this. She kept going. It's huge. It's a ton of people. It's not this.
Yeah.
This is just some people I took a picture of.
Totally. Why does it? Probably because I'm doing it, so it doesn't show my Abby when I talk. That's annoying. Oh.
Oh, this fucking faggot. I try to pass him, and then he speeds up, What a fucking fruitcake. God damn it. I guarantee you it's a fucking Mexican behind the wheel.
That'd be racist, yo.
Yes.
Hey, cool it with the anti-Semitic remarks.
Cool anti-Semitic remarks.
Oh, Fed Turbo Dolphin donated 2 ice creams over on D-Live. Thanks for that,
Sweet.
Fed Turbo. That actually reminds me. Right before we started the stream, somebody called me a Fed on Twitter. Like, they followed me, so I followed them back. And when I followed them back, they sent me a message. He's like, how do I increase my reach? And I'm like, fuck, I don't know, dude. I just follow cool people and follow back anybody who follows me, and I make a lot of smart-ass comments. He's like, okay, thank you, Mr. Fed, sir. I'm like, what the fuck?
Only a Fed would say that.
Yeah.
Right. Sorry, if he's dumb enough to think I'm a Fed, then I want him to be a Fed and not talk to me. I want him to think I'm a Fed and not talk to me.
Yeah.
That's weird because that whole comment from them is very fetish, right? Like very fucking.
Right? How do I expand my reach? Fuck,
hey, friend, how do I get in contact with the far right? I'm looking to meet some cool boogaloo boys and alt-right friends.
Hey guys,
You're far right.
Hitler, am I right, fellow friends?
I mean,
I want to start a group, and we can hang out and.
Yeah, Twitter's all right, but how do we move this into the real world?
I'm looking to get some things done.
Right. I have these materials. You guys want to make some devices?
It's cool. It's just in Minecraft. Wink, wink.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay if you don't know how to make the device. We'll give it to you.
Yeah. Dude, there was this is a few years back. There was a couple that were caught in Canada for like planning a terrorist attack or something. It was the fucking saddest thing ever. There was these two fucking white kids in like British Columbia, and they had converted to Islam, and they were gonna do this terrorist attack, and then it turned out the whole thing was set up by the RCMP.
Yep.
The entire
Same thing in my state, like fucking in my city a couple of years back. Exact same thing. The girl like got I don't know, the girlfriend was talking to some feds, and she like convinced her beta boyfriend
Yeah.
to do, you know, whatever.
Come on, guys, do a terrorism. Okay.
Like, especially at this point, like I don't get how you have to be mentally like unhinged to fall for that shit. Like you've got to be really
Yeah.
dumb or super isolated and like vulnerable, friendless, you know, like that
Yeah.
type.
Yeah, it's really taking advantage of stupid people, and I mean, it would, you know, there could be some benefit in kind of trolling losers and going, wow, these people are really easily manipulated. Let's, you know, get them some help, right? Let's get somebody to look after these people so they don't do something stupid. Not, hey, let's put them in jail for 10 years for a terrorism that they had, you know, could never have even imagined doing by themselves.
Yeah.
Because they're too fucking stupid to. Yeah.
Yeah,
See, that's how
I mean-
you know a federal organization is no longer necessary, is if they have to go out and manufacture these situations.
Yeah.
That's how you know they need to be completely disbanded. They're
Yep.
no longer necessary. Their job is done because they have to manufacture terrorists.
Yeah.
That's how you know. It's like, yeah, there's no terrorists. If you had to manufacture, it means there's no terrorists.
Exactly. If
Not
you gotta
threat.
like make up shit to buzz people on, then you don't really need to be there because. And the federal marshals did it just fine for the majority of our history until what they created the FBI because of mostly because of prohibition.
Prohibition.
Yeah.
Yeah, to catch the moonshiners and the bootleggers and the mafia and the big Yankee cities and shit that were, you
Yep.
know, Al Capone and shit. And they've definitely outlived their purpose by like almost 100 years now, 90 years, I guess.
Yeah, but here's the thing. There still is, you know, huge problems with organized crime and well, everywhere. But the FBI doesn't put those people in jail, right? Like
Right.
the guys who you know, they made movies about and shit. Like some of them got arrested here and there and this and that, and they caught them for this, they caught them for that, but clearly the organized crime rings have never been broken up.
No, they infiltrated the FBI because what else you gonna do if there's such a fucking organization? You're gonna get balls deep in it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And I mean, when you know, the very, very Italian mafia in the United States has the backings of you know, the ADL and SPLC and all that kind of APAC. Why Italians would have that, I don't know, but you know, whatever. I'm sure they're.
Sure, there was some backdoor deals with that one, you know.
Well,
Yep.
did you? I can't remember what the fucking name of the movie is, but it was with Christian Slater and oh, who the fuck is that other guy? He was on that Doctor TV show.
You know that one Doctor TV show that they play on
Yeah,
the
you know
network,
the one.
Yes.
Fuck, what was his name? It was in the 80s or early 90s, and it was about Lucky Luciano and well, I know the movie was about Lucky Luciano and the Murder Incorporated gang.
Oh, you're talking about
Made in America, I think.
I think
Is
that
what
is
it was
it.
called.
I think that is it.
You know, Made in America is the Tom Cruise movie about the cartels.
Oh,
Is it Made Men?
no, hold on a second.
No.
There's a point to this. Hold on a second.
Well, you're supposed to come prepared, dude. Didn't even do your homework.
Yeah, I know.
Fucking Canadians.
I don't know what you're going on
You
about.
fucking
Good call, Folger.
Patrick Dempsey. It was okay.
I
It
could
was
slit your wrists right now, and it would just be pure maple syrup gushing out of that fucker.
fucking right. I mainline
Sounds
that
pretty
shit, buddy.
based.
Yeah.
No, that's
Based.
what I call based.
Based on what? I find it funny anytime I watch a channel on YouTube, like when I'm on Twitter and shit. I don't usually talk about that stuff. You know, make jokes, throw out frog memes, whatever, and to talk about politics or whatever. Anytime I get into a YouTube channel, one of you guys posts a meme with, you know, a clip from that YouTube channel or something, and I'm like, fuck, everybody knows the same shit. We all watch the same goddamn things.
Yeah.
You know, and we don't know each other. We don't hang out. We don't live in the same countries a lot of the times, and we're all watching the same shit. There's something wrong with our brains, or right with our brains. That's,
Right.
we're just all these people around the world just kind of, coalescing into this disconnected internet mass.
Yeah, and it's crazy because it'll be like completely disparate stuff that like doesn't really have anything to do with each other, but we all watch it.
Yeah. But I mean, I had this conversation with a few people over the years, but after like things went fucking crazy after 9/11, and we saw all this kind of this social change going on around the world, and all these kind of movements kind of starting up and changing, and all these people I've talked to, there's so many of them have the same kind of story of how they kind of evolved into their political position, and everybody was don't tread on me and getting libertarian, and then we talked about the conspiracy theory stuff. We all get into the same conspiracy theories. Everybody has the same kind of there's like, I guess you call it like a zeitgeist, like there's just this group experience that we're all going through at the same time, and then we all got a little bit more right, and we looked up, we found these same memes, we found these same kind of thought processes, and we all end up here at the same point, even though we all did it individually.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we all end up in the same place.
It's like it was actually just about the time that my daughter was born. I started going like really wacky into trying to be self-sufficient. Like I didn't want to do it. I just couldn't help myself. So I did shit like I dug up my front yard and I planted a vegetable garden, and I taught myself how to do some basic blacksmithing. Like I built a little forge and stuff. And at that same time, I started doing this. Boom! YouTube explodes with like blacksmithing videos and how to make things yourself, and all this prepping stuff was just going through the roof at the same time I was doing this. And
That's
I don't
because
know.
Google reads our minds.
Well,
Yes.
yeah, but I don't know how much I was being affected by what I saw and didn't realize it, or how much I'd come to this conclusion and then looked at, all this shit's, all these people are starting up YouTube channels or websites about this and the same type of shit. But it was kind of an interesting to see it, and how spread around Western civilization it was.
Right.
I think we all kind of noticed what was going on around the same time.
Yeah.
It was a big awakening, and once again, I think the catalyst was 9/11. Even for non-Americans, like it was such a.
Well, I was already into like crazy conspiracy shit before that, but so when 9/11 happened, I'm looking at it, and I'm like, oh, holy shit! I never thought they'd do anything that crazy. Much like many of us today, like we'd been saying for fucking 20 years, that fucking, oh, this is what they're gonna do with like the lockdowns and shit.
Yeah.
And.
No.
They call us crazy tinfoil hat wearing fucking conspiracy theorist ass fucking motherfuckers, and then.
Well, yeah. There's another thing. Like, remember all that the freaking out about the FEMA stuff, right?
Yep.
And like, what are all these plastic grave liners. What are they doing with this stuff? They're gonna put us into camps. They're gonna, and Alex Jones freaking out.
Yeah.
They're coming for us. Martial law will be declared. And, I'm kind of, making fun of them a bit, but at the same time, we were all thinking it, right? Like, we know what's coming down the pipe. Eventually, this is going to fucking happen. Like,
oh,
and
Rusty Shackelford, I'm kind of missed this. Rusty Shackelford over on YouTube was saying that his great uncle was FBI. He helped fry the Rosenbergs.
Oh, based.
Which he was.
Nice.
Which the FBI was still that
fucking
based. Oh yeah.
Right, dude.
Yeah.
The Rosenberg.
Pretty sure my great uncle was like some kind of CIA or NSA or something. Don't know exactly what, because he was naval intelligence for a very long time, and then he quote unquote retired, and they put him in the forestry service supposedly. But that's what they say when they're gonna put you in some super secret shit, So
that's cool.
Yeah. He actually just died last year.
Oh.
So.
Oh, rest in peace.
Yeah, I mean, he hadn't been able to get out of bed for like 2 years, but.
Oh, fuck.
No. Yeah, I know. Oh, man, yeah, that sucks. I really don't know what to say to that, Other than, I guess, it's the way she fucking goes sometimes.
Yeah. I know, he used to tell me stories back in the 90s and shit about how they would do, like, special trainings and shit, where, they'd have to, like, get in the tank and blow up school buses and shit.
Oh.
Which is it's just training, you know what I mean? But
they use old school buses to train artillery crewmen and stuff like that because they're cheap and you can get a beat the shit school bus. You can get like a beat the shit school bus for like $2,000. So I mean,
yeah, and the government already owns it, so they could get it for probably nothing, But or I don't know, different agencies and shit, but still. But it.
Stop looking so far into things, Goyam.
But the idea was that but the idea was that like they're getting them used to that kind of thing, just where they would fire on shit like that and not think twice about it and shit, So.
I don't know how you covertly shoot a school bus with a tank and not everyone fucking see it, but I mean.
Well, I mean, obviously that never happened in real life. As far as
I know. I'm just saying, like, it's just such a weird thing to train for because it's just like, how do you keep that a fucking secret?
Oh, they gotta train them for Palestine.
Well, desensitize them, right?
Yeah.
Like it's eventually they get into a position where it's like, oh, we're going to go raid, I don't know, this compound in Waco. There's children in there. Yeah, well, don't think about that. It's just a building, right? It's just a building. It's just a bus. It's just a school bus.
Well, and around that time, the Grateful Dead was really big, and they had, like, this huge LSD wave that was being distributed through the Grateful Dead tour, and it made it all over the country that way and shit. And so they were probably a little worried about that because the Grateful Dead were a little more... Grateful Dead followers, I'll put it that way, were a little more militant than your standard run-of-the-mill hippie. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm always down for blowing up busfuls of hippies. That's always.
That's based. That's fucking based.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Based like a turkey. Yeah.
But yeah, they would. So maybe that, because they traveled around in school buses quite a bit, and so maybe that had something to do with it. I don't know.
Yeah, there's paint flowers and hippie shit over the side of the bus and fucking aim at that, motherfuckers. Blow that shit up. It's full of commies.
Well, it's like that. It's like that. What's that shooting that happened where the National Guard shot up a bunch of college students or some shit? Back in the 60s or some shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Neil Young wrote, I think it was like 72 or something like that. Neil Young wrote the song Ohio
you
about
think
it.
about that. You think
Bowling
about
Green,
that.
Ohio.
It's just, yeah, but Yeah, but you think like, oh, that's horrible. But then you remember, those are all hippies. It's kind of based.
exactly.
I mean, they
Like,
were
what
the
was
direct
the
result of
beginning to
communist
Watchmen?
subversion. They were direct result of communist subversion.
Yeah, like
so.
the beginning of the movie Watchmen, when it shows them putting the flour in the rifle barrel, and then all of a sudden you see the rifle, you just see the fucking flour explode. The soldier just pulled the trigger on his rifle and just killed the fucking.
Yeah,
It
Kent
was
State.
Beast, kill him,
Kent State. That's what
kill
it
her,
is.
fucking
Kent State,
kill her.
yeah, it was Kent
Yeah, yeah.
State in Bowling Green, Ohio.
Yeah.
Well, if the federal government wasn't keeping track of us before, they are now.
Yeah, we've said all the key words, right?
Kill her, yeah, kill her, fucking kill her.
This channel
Yeah,
does
they're
not
just
condone
watching.
violence of any kind.
Kill her.
They're watching because they enjoy this
Kill
show.
her.
I officially condemn all acts
Yeah.
of violence of any kind.
Yeah,
Or
violence
peaceful.
is totally cringe and gay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do not condone any form of violence against American patriots. Wink, wink. Meaning,
I'm
anyone else who isn't an American patriot, go right ahead and do whatever the fuck you want to them.
not that I think the feds are listening, but I'm quite comfortable in my pod. These bugs are very tasty.
Mm. Bro, the bugs are so good.
Mm.
I will never go back to non-bugs.
Give me
No.
some more of them bugs.
Stuff me in the fucking cube and give me my bugs.
Love it. Absolutely love
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm definitely not suicidal. I've never even considered it.
it.
Happy guy.
Yeah.
Just doesn't the pod sound nice and cozy? You know. Oh,
Sadly,
let me
it
see
kind of
what's going on.
does. That's the trick. Doesn't it sound fucking cozy, Goy? Yeah.
No, but here's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, if you have a normal living conditions, you have a normal sized house where you have room for your shit, you have room to live. Then a little cabin, a cozy little cabin or a little pod sounds like, hey, I can get away from it for a bit, right? You can't live there for,
Yeah.
you know. This is the insanity of the whole thing, and them pushing that, and these fucking, I don't know, if it's just fucking the young generation because they don't know what it's like, but I know there's some other
Oh, the tiny
non-young
house
people.
shit,
Yeah,
you mean?
yeah, and it's they're like, oh yeah, this sounds great, and like, dude, just because you've lived in a couple of shitty apartments for a few years, or your mom's basement or something for a couple of years, you're not gonna like it. You can't fucking do that. Like
Yeah.
there's these people in their early 20s and they're going like, yeah, I'm gonna get my pod and go to my, you know, whatever you call the music you guys listen to nowadays, shows and, you know, podcasts and blah blah blah.
I don't know what you think I listen to fucking modern music, buddy?
I'm not.
I was listening to fucking Conway Twitty and Willie Nelson all fucking day, dude.
Bro,
based.
that's what all the Zoomers are
Based.
listening to.
But
Yeah.
you're,
And if you
they're
could
signing
ever
off.
find it in your- yeah.
they're signing off in their early 20s, and you know, if they get their little polyamorous girlfriend and all this shit, it's like when they go for that, they're signed off on ever having a family. They've given up. They've already given up at that age, right?
Yeah.
It's like they're fucking they're checking. That's what it is them checking out of life. To go to their fucking cubicle job, and they won't do
Yeah,
anything.
it's them
They won't.
accepting the shit hand that the Jays are dealing them and doing it with a smile.
Yeah.
It's just
I've
a
always
full-
wanted this. I've always wanted it. It's like Stockholm syndrome.
I don't want to own anything. I'm not a materialist.
Oh, yeah,
here's
yeah,
the
exactly.
Thing. Here's the thing, though. I think the tiny house thing can be pretty based if it's connected to a trailer and you've got a truck.
But
Now
if you build
you've
like
got
a
a little
small
home.
cabin,
You don't have a set address. You don't have a set address. So the Jays can never fucking track you down, because one day you can be in the fucking Kanab, Utah. Then the next day, you know, you're in fucking like San Antonio, Texas or something.
No,
Shit.
I get what you're saying.
I
You
did
just
that
keep moving
for-
all over, but they'll
Kinda
never
like-
find you.
But,
you kind of like fight into their hand, by dropping out completely.
Yeah, because that's
as
what
the
it
type
is.
of person who would fight again.
I understand.
You know what I mean?
Going
Yeah.
for, I get what you're saying. Absolutely.
We need
It's
need enough people. Like, we don't all have to do this, but we need enough people who want to build a nice big house on a piece of property and do their farming or do their trade and raise a big family and fight for the land. And like a certain percent of the population can be kind of transient to an extent. And I mean, we need people like you driving trucks who, you know what, you might not be able to settle down the same way everybody else does, or at least for a large portion of your life, depending on how you do it. But we need that base. We need that majority base of people who are like, no, I want to stay here. Like, this is it. This is mine. And these are my neighbors, and I know them. Right?
Can I go into the weird thing? Can I go into the weird thing about trucking? When you sleep in a sleeper berth of a truck for a long time, and I don't know if this happens with other truck drivers, but it's really weird, is you get so used to sleeping in a really small space that once you if I go home and I sleep in my bedroom, like, I just don't feel safe anymore. Like, it's too much space. It's just like it's almost like it's almost like a fear of the dark kind of a thing. Like, I turn the lights off and it's just like, okay, like, there's too much darkness in here. Like, there's too much space.
Well, it'd be the same feeling.
Darkness.
It'd be the same feeling as if you fell asleep in your truck with the door open. Anybody could come in.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, you.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be safe for real. And so, you have that same, oh shit, did I leave something open? Or,
No, it's literally like just being in my room with the lights off in a room that big, like, compared to my truck.
Yep.
It's just it just doesn't feel. It feels like there's something watching me every time I turn the fucking lights off.
But the thing with this, right?
No, it's because there is. We've been hacking your phone.
Shh, don't tell them.
I got a guy.
I wouldn't.
I've got a guy.
Well, see, it's the thing. It's like some people say, like, the scariest thing to encounter, like, if you're in the woods, isn't an animal. It's another person.
Yeah.
To be walking around your fucking campsite or something, like. But, like, with me, like, it's like, oh, a person, that's not scary. Oh, an animal, that's not scary. To me, it's always like the worst, most blown out of proportion thing. Like, there's like a fucking alien sitting in the corner of my room ready to, like, fucking turn me into one of those, like, mutilated bodies that people find washed up on the fucking riverbed, where they have, like, tiny little incisions in their arms where they removed, like, muscle groups through, like, impossibly small holes. They'll, like, cut your dick and balls off and, like, put them in a jelly jar or some shit.
Well, to be fair,
it scares the shit out of me.
Wait.
To be fair, they were trying to do a cattle mutilation and they just got a little confused.
Yeah.
They brought their own alien jelly jar from home. They rinsed out the alien jelly, and they're like, "We'll put his dick in this."
They know too much. Shut it down. Shut it down.
Jelly.
They know. Over.
It just says
you guys hear that?
Smuckers.
Yeah.
Alien Smuckers.
We're out of dick jars. What do we use?
How about nothing and just leave me alone? Faggots.
This is a little off track, but actually, a question: what do you guys think about the alien abduction stories? Do you think they're all bullshit, or do you think there's some truth?
I don't think
some of them. I think
a lot of them are actually kids who got molested.
Yeah.
But I think there's a good chance that some of them are legit.
What about some of these adult things? Like, these grown adults go missing for a few days, or 14 hours, and they
have you ever seen Fire in the Sky?
Yeah.
There's
definitely stuff with
that. Guy
that.
was gone for like 4 weeks.
There's definitely stuff with. Like, I've looked into that quite deeply. There's definitely stuff with it. It's not like they would make you think it is, where it's aliens from another planet. Flew fucking, from Alpha Centauri or whatever the fuck. It's more like multi-dimensional type stuff.
Well, that's the funny thing about that whole idea is, like, I'm open to possibilities. Anything that you can come up with, I mean, could have some sort of real possibility to it. But I mean, as far as like space and interdimensional versus interdimensional, it's kind of the same thing in a way, because we view space and time from our perspective, right? That's not necessarily
Yeah.
how the rest of the universe works.
Right. And we know, like,
You just have to have. There's two things there. One is you just have to have a being that lives longer than a person, like by like an average of 1 year, and they're gonna like perceive time differently. So if you're like a being from, let's say, a planet in the Andromeda galaxy, and your average lifespan is like 20,000 years, a year to you, for a human year to you, is gonna be like an hour.
Yep.
You know, it's gonna be like a fucking hour.
well, yeah, you'll be
But,
on a
you know,
different
but
stuff.
another thing is-
on a
is-
different.
Yeah.
You know, you think about like
But in
mayflies; they
terms
only
of the
live for a day.
interdimensional thing,
Huh?
yeah. In terms of the interdimensional thing, though, I think that kind of it's everything in the universe that we can see is still in the third dimension. You know what I mean? Like if we
Yeah.
can see it, it exists in the third or the second.
Well, yeah,
dimension.
we can
So,
see. That's.
I
but
still
that's,
think like to say that to say that like all of these beings are interdimensional. Well, that's still fucking bullshit because the universe is so big. Who's to say that there isn't a race of beings that live in the third dimension, right? And
Yeah, no, there could be, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Like, there could be, but it's also how we.
But
how
is
we
the universe
perceive
really
what a
that big physically? How do we know? You know what I mean? That's
Well,
the thing.
Well, see,
Yeah,
and there's also the question of is it even possible to change dimensions without being torn apart?
Yeah,
For
yeah.
whatever reason.
But
You know, like
well,
can something that
I'm
lives
sure
in the
it's not
fourth or
easy.
fifth dimension come to the third without being destroyed? Yeah.
there's a certain theory about matter and the universe that goes something along the lines of you break everything down, you break matter down to the smallest particle, and you find out that it's all the same shit, right? Like you end up with, you know,
Yeah.
you go having different particles to, if you go small enough, you're going to find out it's all the same shit. Just
Yep.
moving at different
Yeah.
frequencies and whatever, blah, blah, blah. And because you end up with, I guess you could call it a singularity, like the one, you actually find that final point. The final point is not finite and measurable. And it kind of means that everything in the universe exists at one single point, and therefore, like, something is happening 40,000 million fucking light years away. From our perspective, we can't reach it. It takes, you know, 1 million years for light to even cross that path. But if you're on a certain level and a certain wavelength, there's no distance.
Well, yeah, because it could be like very far apart as far as our 3 dimensions that we're used to.
Yes, and at the same time, it's not.
And when you start getting into stuff like consciousness, so what is consciousness? What we know it's not is not a chemical reaction. It causes chemical reactions. Chemicals do react to, you know, like we have a thought and it causes a chemical reaction in your body and shit, you know?
Yeah.
So.
But that's a whole. That's.
But where does that have? So, like, they refer to it as like a non-local field.
Yeah.
You know, because it doesn't exist in our 3-dimensional space that we consider the universe or whatever.
And it's not because it's not a measurable energy. It's confounding to us, right? Like, if we can measure the energy, we can go, oh, this we can quantify and say this is what it is. And this is like when people go on about they made a movie about fucking
Contact
number of grams or something.
Oh,
no,
yeah,
the soul leaving the body.
Was it like
21 grams?
21 grams.
Yeah. And I never watched the movie, but based on the title, this is the point is that they're trying to quantify something that we have no way of quantifying yet. Maybe we never will. I kind of hope we don't ever quantify certain things. Like I don't want to know. I don't want to know the mathematical formula for God.
Yeah,
that can remain a mystery. It's
like
irrelevant.
what happens? What happens if that certain tribe of people figures out a way to block souls from going to heaven?
Well, exactly.
So if we don't know the math, then that's a good thing, yeah.
Or
I can imagine them doing that, absolutely.
Or to create a soulless mass of slaves, which is
or
actually
it's just like something that we shouldn't. Like, it's gonna fuck our brains up to know that.
Alex Jones was talking about that.
Yep.
Like, that's some H.P. Lovecraft shit right there. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that's definitely one way you could go. There's the darker aspects, but
I don't
then
know.
you'd have it
I
on
think
the.
God's power is too great to allow that to happen. I feel like because God's the creator of everything.
Yeah.
So I feel like if we did one day like magically find the formula to this, God would just be like, okay, cool. Well, now it works like this. He'd just snap his finger and now it would work a completely different way.
Well,
You know? It'd just
yeah,
be
but
like,
at the same time, it could cause the destruction of everything we know, and it doesn't matter what your kind of religious or views are. If we view God as kind of a personified ultimate power, as in we have a specific relation. Human beings have a specific relation to him, and he's the guy that we kind of think he is. If we do that, that's like worse than the apple in the tree, right? Like,
yeah.
that's kind of the ultimate insult, and that's fire and brimstone time, possibly. Yeah,
Well, that's like the whole reason the Tower of Babel thing collapsed, because God doesn't want us to really know that He's there. He just wants us to have faith in Him.
Yeah.
You know. Because I think like if we knew He existed, we'd just be asking Him for shit constantly. He wants only His most devout followers to believe in
see,
Him.
that's it's different than that because
All right.
yeah, it's I don't know. I'm not sure. This would be a.
How did we go from talking about alien abductions to talking about God?
It's the same thing.
This
Yeah,
happens every
there's
single
not a.
fucking time.
Well, that's actually the biggest thing about stuff like that. That's why I'm saying they're not necessarily as physical. Well, the physical world is probably not as physical as we think it is, but so these phenomenon, there's other stuff going on with it. That's why they're actually kind of related to shit like the cryptids and stuff like Bigfoot and shit, because there's happening on other dimensions. Isn't really the best word for it. But
no, but it gives you the idea of kind of like, there's something else out there, whatever it may be, whether it's a planet that's somehow connected to us, and especially in a different way, or if it's outside of what we would consider our universe or whatever. You call it dimensions, right? Right.
Well, that's why I say, because like dimensions has the one side, it has like the the three dimensions that we live in of space and whatever, you know what I mean? The three spatial dimensions.
Yeah.
And,
think about this. An animal that's born and raised in a zoo would think that the entire universe is that pen. So anything outside his pen is another dimension. He can't reach it. Can never touch it. Sometimes can't even see it.
well, it's like a friend of mine was actually brought this up the other day. Was talking about the Plato's cave. You know what I'm talking about? Where all they see is the shadows on the wall.
Yeah.
And they think the shadows are everything.
Huh.
You know?
Yeah, what is that? Plato's cave or something?
Yep.
Did I just miss that you say that?
Yep.
He does, yeah.
That's exactly what happened. So they think the shadows are everything, and then, it's not.
Yeah. And that's where you kind of get into the individual's perception. On one hand, we being a realist, I go, it doesn't fucking matter. If it's raining, it's raining. It doesn't matter how you feel about it.
Right.
However,
I think like there are. Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah, no. I was just gonna say, bringing it back to politics nowadays. If the media convinces enough people that Joe Biden won the election and Donald Trump is stealing it, and there's absolutely no evidence of voter fraud, to them, that's reality. And if they go along and the communist revolution happens and they drag us into fucking basements and start shooting us, and they eliminate everybody who knows anything about that.
They'll feel
and any evidence
justified
of it,
because they
but
think that we're trying
more
to.
more than that, they'll erase it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And it becomes irrelevant, even though it did happen. It becomes irrelevant, and it for practical purposes, it never did happen. Their reality becomes real.
Right. And we know this has happened several times in the past. Where,
absolutely.
like, yeah. And it's been one of my focuses of investigation for quite a while now is piecing back what was lost in the past with a lot of stuff, you know, because especially with history, you know, like you look at like Sumerian or
the weird thing about history is how do we even
you look at this,
I was going to say the weird thing about history is like how do we even know we're right about it? You know,
well, we don't.
How do we know we're not getting it completely wrong?
I would say we know that we're wrong about it.
Yeah.
As far as the mainstream narrative of it, anyway. We know that's wrong because it doesn't include, there's so many impossibilities. It doesn't include so many things that there's no way that that's like how it is. You know what I mean?
Anybody who says, I know that this is fact and the absolute truth, don't trust them. Like, take information from them and store it away and, you know, compare it to what you learn, but they're not thinking critically and keeping their mind open to their observation. When they see something new, they'll push it aside because they've already come up with, no, this is the truth and nothing else can interfere with that, right?
Yeah.
And
well, I was saying, because it's interesting, like, we have, like, all these, like, Greek sculptures and, like, you know, like, the artworks of Da Vinci and all this. And yet somehow we know exactly what he was thinking when he was painting this. We know exactly what he was thinking when he sculpted it. I'm like, how? Who? Were you there? Like, you weren't fucking. How do we know 100% for sure?
Have you seen some of the?
Wasn't just some like mouth breathing retard.
Well, he was definitely not a model because
do you
want me to answer that question? Like, I know that was supposed to be a rhetorical question, but I can actually answer that question.
He was an inventor too.
Will we have all his notes and everything?
Yeah. But no, but the
he
point,
encoded so much information into his paintings and drawings, and he wrote all kinds of crazy shit.
But yeah, the point is that we see things and we take it for granted because somebody told us this. And that's the way it is, right? Like,
yeah.
But
like Frog Rampant here says, the erasure of history is their explicit goal. And I agree with that. I would even put that they've been doing it so long, like, but they're doing everything they can to make sure we don't figure it out. Like here on the Balkan Peninsula where I'm at now, right?
Yeah.
They found the earliest metalworking, the earliest permanent settlements. The stuff that really looks like writing, they say, it's not real writing. The first real writing came from Sumeria, right? And
I'm sure. During
and then they try to make it out like the Sumerians were some Semitic tribe.
Ugh.
But I'm sure
right, but they weren't. Like,
they found the oldest skeleton there too, right, in the Balkans. Like
yes,
the oldest human.
The oldest modern human remains, and they found precursors that weren't related to anything out of Africa that are supposed to be connected to Americans. They call it Greco-Pithecus.
That information, the information of finding non-African based humanoids, has been out there for a while, and more evidence keeps popping up. But it's always kind of pushed off, and no, that's not important. That's not important. That's not, because it doesn't follow the narrative that they push. But think about this. Every time we've had a major ice age, the glaciers come down and they come down and they come down. They cover up, the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere, and then they retreat and they scrub the land.
Yeah. Everything. If there was stuff underneath there, it would have been completely destroyed.
They fucking flatten mountains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually have this. Oh, damn it! I closed it. Let me see if I can find it again. But I had this map of the Europe when the
Well, that's kind of interesting, seeing how much land was exposed.
Yeah. Here it
It's
is.
now
I
covered
found it.
underwater.
Let me.
That's cool.
Okay,
Have you
better.
seen any of the? I was going to say this earlier. Have you seen any of the Mediterranean Greek? Not really. We would call it Greek now, but anyways, the early Greek sculptures that have been found like under fucking 40 feet, 50 feet of water.
Oh yeah.
There's some amazing like.
No, I haven't.
And like the Black Sea.
mind-blowing-
Let me pull up this map real quick.
Oh, there's some crazy shit about the Black Sea too. That's a fucking.
Well, it's all
That's a
right. Let
weird body
me
of
pull
water.
up this map and then I can like show what I'm talking about. But
The Black Sea is the poisonous one, right?
yeah, underneath.
Yeah. There's this like weird layer of like poisonous water, and there's some weird shit about that lake. Well, lake or sea. Call it a fucking lake.
Yeah. Let me get this pulled up here. Almost got it.
We're waiting.
Yeah, I
Come
know.
on.
Speaking of, so as a filler here, while he's pulling that up, you guys remember the song "The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald"? Speaking
hell
of
yes.
the
Hell
Great
yes.
Lakes. That's a good
Yeah.
fucking song. That's a good fucking song.
That's a crazy story too. Yeah, the whole
it
ship
is.
just went
Sad
like
fucking story, but
they
God
found
damn.
it, but I mean it just disappeared. The entire ship just fucking gone. Right, the last
Yeah.
message was like, "Oh, everything's hunky dory," and then, "Oh, I think we have water coming in," and then nothing.
All right.
And those ships were designed for
position
real-
us in a
real-
good spot. Where that's pretty
Yeah.
good. So
Oh, okay, I see it. Yeah.
yeah, you see what I'm talking about? I can actually even draw on this here. Oops.
Yeah, that's some crazy shit, man.
wish I could use my phone, but I'm driving right now. So.
Mainly, it's England and Ireland are landlocked. Like, there's
Yeah.
yeah. But that's like you're going back to like what are they the what the fuck do they call them? The Beaker people? The Beaker what do they call them? They're named after the pottery.
Yeah. The well, there's the corded ware, and then there's the something about a beaker. Yeah.
The Terracotta Army?
No, it's totally different.
And this is way before that too, right? What's
The
your
Terracotta retards.
autistic? They're autistic.
Bunch of
Terracotistics.
fucking retards.
What's your
Yeah.
take on the whole?
Remember the Mummy 3 when all the people started turning into fucking... Yeah, what?
I don't know if I saw that one. No, the ship.
Yeah, it was the one with the chinks. And they like,
the one with the.
There it is.
You know that one.
yeah, the one where Brendan Fraser's killing a bunch of chinks, you know.
Oh yeah, the based
YouTube,
one, the
sorry.
based one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like,
The one that actually kind
so,
of sucks, though, because it's
Yeah,
still
yeah.
a shitty movie.
but yeah, what I was talking about. So
Well, anyway, what were you
'cause
talking
now I
about?
can
You were
draw on
talking
here.
about?
Now I can draw on here, so I can draw what I was talking
Oh,
about. Yeah. So like
I'm trying to
all
look through
through,
screen share. I don't see it.
huh? Oh yeah, because here I can screen share for you.
Do you have screen share up?
Not on
Yeah.
Zoom, but I can put that for you real quick.
Oh, okay.
Rusty Shackelford's last message on the YouTube chat.
What did he put?
Love me bugs, love me pod, love me stating for sodomy, hate freedom, simple ass.
But
I'm a good boy. I'm a good boy.
Love me books. Love me bud.
okay, so you're looking at this, you can see
Simple
like
as.
here. So like this
Yeah.
is Britain and Ireland, but it was all connected to the mainland. This right here is became the Black Sea, but you see, it was a much smaller freshwater lake that wasn't connected to the Aegean here that barely existed. Now, during the glaciations, at the extent of the glaciations went down as far as like here. You know what I mean? Or a little bit further down.
Yeah.
But yeah, all through here was all
And
like
who
under
knows
ice.
Who knows what was...
Right, and the oldest stuff we're finding is like around here, which would have been a really good place to be during those times, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Of
They
maximum
found-
glaciation.
Yeah.
But when the glaciers, you know, so they come down here as the glaciers come in, you know?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
when the
It-
glaciers
the-
start to retreat, they come back in this way. You know what I mean? So
I was reading something about they were finding evidence of settlements all around the Black Sea from before it was salt water.
yep, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
And,
Huh.
But this is why, like, probably before that, there was stuff, and they go back to the height of the glaciations during the Younger Dryas. And so we don't know. There probably was stuff up
Oh, yeah, what was
into the
before
continent there more,
Yeah.
you know, that we don't know about because it was covered by glaciers and ground into dust, and you know.
Uh-huh.
So once the glaciers retreated,
Yeah.
they went and came back where they came from, you know.
Yep.
And
And that's the other thing is
Yeah.
these Mediterranean people and these kind of people in that Black Sea area in the Mediterranean, we always kind of just assume that they come from there.
mm-hmm.
But they could have come from 1,000 miles north
Exactly.
and brought whatever technology and language and culture that they had developed way up there beforehand. We don't know. It's interesting stuff, anyways, to
Yeah.
think about. But
Why is that
the
not?
thing that frustrates me on it,
Oh, I
and
know
it
why.
kind of always turns me off of going too deep into it, is we can't. There's no archaeological evidence, and that's the kicker. That until we find some archaeological evidence, it's all just maybe it could have been, possibly, who knows.
Yeah.
But
Imagine how weird it would be if we found out that, like, the ancient Romans or, like, the ancient Greeks, like, we all thought were like far behind us in technology, when in fact, like, all of a sudden we start uncovering, like, evidence of, like, electronics, like, and we find out they were 1,000 years ahead of what we are now.
I don't think that, I don't think we'd ever find that. But I mean, it's possible that, but there could have been a societal collapse. But I mean, we still find stuff that's 10, 20,000 years old, and we find skeletons from that. I just think that there'd be enough evidence if there was a large scale civilization that we would have found enough evidence to know, okay, there was something here, right? No, where you could have a
like the Aztecs, when they're finding like the Aztecs, how they're finding, like, how they found, like, little tiny, like, sculptures of what looks like spacemen inside of, like, a spaceship or some shit. That's
bigger than
fucking
that.
weird.
Dude, bigger than that. Have you seen those stone images that they put up on these, like, plateaus where you can't see what they are except if you're like 1,000 feet above them?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Okay.
fucking. It's like, it's clearly.
I have no
something-
answer. I've got
They were
I've
trying
got
to
zero
show
answer for
somebody
this.
Something.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is not my theory, but think about this as a reasonable example. A colony ship of some type with humanoid type beings crash lands in a place that's now underwater under a glacier, and human beings populate planet Earth that way, and we lose the technology.
Okay, Deaf Face was it was the Bell Beaker that we were trying to think of.
Yes.
Yep,
Yeah,
Bell Beaker. That's totally it.
But you know what I mean, as opposed to we developed roads and trains and then it just disappeared. Possibilities. possibilities. Well, okay. What I was going to say, if you mind if I go on a little tangent about Stone Age?
Oh, let
tools?
me cover some of the chat here, because
Okay.
Fed Turbo was talking about how funny how they hide this stuff from us, but they'll shove all this fake black history in our faces.
Yeah.
Yep.
Weird
And that
things.
one thing that's consistent
Yeah.
is all this history that they're hiding is white history. And then even when they so they talk about the
Yep.
Sumerians, right? And they try to make it seem like it's the people that live there now, which are largely Semitic tribes. But they're not.
Yeah.
But they're not. It's
Yeah.
I saw a
primarily.
documentary about that called Conan the Barbarian, and he did not look Middle Eastern.
But on YouTube, I think he's still on YouTube. I don't think he got gassed yet. But there's a channel called Asha Logos, and he covers a lot of the history, but he doesn't know quite as much as what was happening on the Balkans and stuff. So
Yeah.
I kind of know more about that.
Yeah.
His main focus was the Germanic tribes later. So the earlier history he doesn't know as much about.
Yeah.
But
And the thing is, it's all connected. It's all connected. So it's
yeah.
you gotta keep going. It's like you can't really stop once you open up that floodgate of research, right? Like it's
Right. And
well,
also
what was what caused this group of people to move over here? Well, that group of people. Well, what do we know about them? Nothing. Well,
right.
you got to find out about those guys, right?
And all of a sudden, history just sprung up in fucking Iraq, right?
Well, you've heard about the about the Bronze Age collapse and the Sea People?
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I did not.
Yeah. Well, there was a just before kind of the not the golden age of Greek, but the rise of the Greeks, the Hellenistic era. There was the kind of the Copper Bronze Age beginnings, and it was all the Middle East, the Fertile Crescent, and all that shit. And all those places were on the rise, and Egypt was on the rise, where the place that we now call Egypt, anyways. There was this massive collapse all around the Mediterranean and into the Fertile Crescent, and we kind of created this group of people called the Sea People, and trying to figure out where they came from, and because there's all these there's these clay tablets with messages about the people coming in and raiding us, and I've seen some pretty cool analysis of it. And the one that holds up most to me is that there was no Sea People. There's there's years of drought, and there's earthquakes at the same time, and there's civil unrest, and there's a whole bunch of people who are displaced because of it, and they become this magical Sea People that came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I mean, there could have been
Are you
some
saying
more.
sea as in the ocean sea?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Supposedly they
That's-
invaded
Okay.
Egypt and tore a bunch of shit up in Egypt.
Yeah, Egypt survived. It was like one of the only
Yeah.
places that really survived mostly intact.
Right,
But
because
that
of
had
the
more
way
to
they
do
were.
with
Because they
their
basically
depth.
because Egypt wasn't easy to survive in, because you had to
Well, it
know
was
the
e- it was-
cycles of the Nile and
Yeah.
stuff, and be able to utilize
But
it
it was-
properly. So
it was-
Egypt,
it was
they just
more
kind of came in
fertile.
and
Yeah.
Egypt, they just kind of came in and left. But there were lots of other groups around there.
But it's also the
Akkadians and stuff.
the
that were-
weakness. The weakness of the other places was different than Egypt was suffering too, apparently, at the time, with droughts and things like this, and lack of trade, because when things start, you got nobody to trade with because you have no resources, right? So you can't get the things that you needed from them anymore because they're not producing them, or they can't hold their state together. They're having an internal war, or they're warring with their neighbors or whatever. But Egypt has a certain depth to it, right? Where everybody else was kind of like, okay, yeah, there's this place, there's this little fertile area, and then the rest is desert, or the rest is steppes or whatever.
Yeah.
And Egypt had a little bit more strategic depth that way. And, you raid the coast of Egypt, you have a couple battles, but they can just keep withdrawing. Kind of like the Russians in World War II. They had a depth that nobody else had.
Yeah.
So you can come in and you can take some land from them, but you're not keeping it because you don't have if you take the coastal areas, the coastal areas are now dead because the trade is gone. You're not gaining anything, and you can only hold it for a little while, and then you leave anyways.
Yeah.
They just wait you out. That's my interpretation of it. This is not a history lesson. I'm not giving gospel truth at all. This is just my interpretation of it. But it's interesting stuff anyways.
Yeah. I mean, I think there probably was some kind of people that, like...
Well, yeah, but they weren't like... They're trying to go, were they from this island or were they from that island? I think it's more likely...
it was just like fucking roving bands of fucking...
But they had whole islands that, once again, we now call Greek Hellenistic islands, where they became inhabitable, right?
Yeah.
Like the societies collapsed. Well, where did all the people go? They didn't just stay there and die.
Right.
So you have 10,000 people from over here, and 5,000
and if they did just
people
stay
from
there
over
and
here.
die, then you'd find fucking their bones and houses and shit all over the place.
And you look at kind of what we call the migration period in Europe now, at the end of the Roman Empire, and you have these like roving entire tribes of, they get together, all the smaller tribes, they become this one great big tribe, and they have 100,000, 200,000, 300,000 or more people. And I'm including all, that includes all the women and children and old age and whatever. But they just pick up and move, and, all of a sudden Spain becomes Gothic. The Visigoths are now in Spain.
Yeah.
Right.
And if we didn't...
Where did the Goths come from? And there was all this whole thing. Like I said...
this is the point, right? Yeah. They all come from somewhere.
And Astrologos is really good at explaining that type of thing. For sure. Like I said, there was some of the more ancient history that he didn't quite know.
From what I just got from that discussion, is you saying goth chicks come from Spain?
No.
Yes.
Only the big titty kind.
Only the big titties.
Yeah, I'll sit there and I'll
Absolutely, that's true.
the fucking dead air because my latency's so shitty. It's funny.
That has been proven by science.
So shitty, so there's like a delay.
Right. But what I was saying, and like I said, Astrologos is really good at explaining that stuff. But there's stuff that's here from, like, especially from here on the Balkans, that he doesn't really. I can tell he doesn't know as much about. Because most of the sources that I find on it are like written in Bulgarian or Serbian or something, and I have to use Google Translate, and then I kind of know a little bit of Bulgarian, so I can kind of filter through and understand what they're saying, Yeah. But basically, like, the oldest, like I said, the oldest metalworking, the oldest permanent settlements, probably the earliest history of agriculture and stuff is all found here on the Balkans. Like I said, there was probably more into Europe too. Like into Europe proper, into the center of the continent there. But that would have gotten ground up from glaciers and shit, Yeah. So
and also you gotta think, like, if it started like further east and maybe further north, and it had come down through Bulgaria and then out into the rest of Central and Western Europe, there's that trail. And it just matters that this is the place where it's been preserved.
Yeah, that's where it's been
preserved.
Which
is interesting to think, because how old is it? Right? If you go, this is from, 8,000 years ago. Well, that wasn't when it was invented.
Yeah.
That's just when it happened.
But let me get to my point, because I've gotten almost there, and then like 3 times now. But there's this writing that they found, Bulgaria, Serbia, Romania. I think the oldest they found was in Bulgaria, in Grashnica. Maybe Tartaria, Romania. But when they start comparing it, at first they're like, oh, that's just decorative and whatever. But like the Grashnica tablet, I started looking at it, and dude was like, "Hey, this looks like a more primitive version of Egyptian hieroglyphics." It's like the hieroglyphics were more stylized, so he kind of mapped out the symbols that he found on the tablet to the Egyptian hieroglyphs because we know how to read those, and it fit perfectly. And then when you decoded the message, then it made perfect sense too, and it makes sense because then, like, so in certain times, the people could have came from Europe into, say, like, Sumeria and Egypt, in different waves because, like, the Tartaria tablet, it's a couple thousand years different between the Tartaria tablet and the Gradišnitsa tablet. And you can see the connection.
Older or newer?
I can't remember which one's older, but you can see the connections to them where they're related to each other. And but the Tartaria tablet, you can see as like a precursor for cuneiform, while the Gradišnitsa tablet was a precursor to the Egyptian hieroglyphs, and both of them are related. You can see how they evolved into the.
Are you saying
Germanic runes?
We was Kangs? Are you saying we was Kangs?
I don't even know if you'd say Kangs because, well, yeah, actually we were because we know they made it as far as India. You know what I mean? We know they made it as far as India. And,
I took my family to this museum. This museum called the ROM, Royal Ontario Museum, and they had an Egyptian mummy there, and took my daughter up to it. And I said, "You notice anything about this mummy?" And she was little at the time. She's like not even 5, I think she was 4, and she goes, "Oh, it has red hair." I said, "Yeah, look at the skeletal features of this mummy." And I was just laying the groundwork. I don't know if she remembered anything, but I'm like, that is not a sub-Saharan African dude. Like, not even fucking close. They're not me, but they are not. They were not Kangs, man.
No, I mean, like, and all their depictions of themselves, they always depict themselves with blue eyes in their statues and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Every single time with blue eyes, they look at mummies and they all got like red and blonde hair,
But it's really interesting that there's no archaeological trail that I've ever seen evidence of, and I don't know everything, of course, but I've never seen an archaeological trail from Africa to the rest of the world.
Yeah.
But I've always seen archaeological trails going south.
Yep. And you never see it the other way. And because it isn't there.
West and south.
And they always they say, "Oh, modern humans came out of Africa 40,000 years ago." Well, you got to figure there's been 3 glaciations since then that covered Europe.
You know who did come out of, I believe did come out of Africa? I saw a program where they were tracking.
Sorry, go ahead.
They're tracking a DNA chain that came from sub-Saharan Africa, went along through the southern coast of Eurasia and then down into Australia.
Oh,
and then they showed pictures of different groups of
fucking faggots. Come on.
I'm sure they weren't all gay, but
fucking people are like, everyone wants to. Some guy's trying to come in. 2 people are trying to come in. One guy's trying to get out of his parking spot. I'm behind some guy trying to get out. I'm trying to get out because there's no fucking parking at this pilot. God damn. Fucking
we're gonna have to change it. We're gonna have to change it to the trucker word.
Obama brought in. Obama brought in a bunch of fucking scalpers from Mexico to take up trucking jobs. And this is what fucking happens when you give a bunch of fucking faggy Mexicans in fucking CDL who don't actually know how to fucking drive a truck to save their fucking horrible lives.
Not that we have any
And this
problem
is
with
what happens.
Mexicans.
You get people who don't
Some
know
of
how
them
to
are good
fucking
people.
do anything. No, Mexicans can. Yeah, some of them can be pretty based. But anyway, fuck Mexicans.
They're not sending their best. They're not sending their best.
Right. They're not sending
No, they're
their
not
best.
sending their
I'm
best.
sure
Their
some
best,
of them
like,
are good people.
No, 'cause the best ones actually come here the right way.
Yeah.
They don't come here the dumb way.
They don't like
They're
the
not
ones we
dum-dums.
don't like more than we don't like them.
Dumb, we don't.
That's very true. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
I
interesting.
only got
You
like
can see the
55
kind of
minutes left of drive time. I gotta find a place to fucking park.
yeah. But you can see the kind of facial features and body shapes and stuff that the genetic trace is still there, right? And they ended up in Australia, and in Australia they didn't fucking change for whatever reason, and I think it has something to do with no influx of other genetic material for a long time.
Right.
But
Because most
there's-
Europeans have a little bit of Neanderthal.
Yep.
And
But I mean,
like
there's
Asians have like the Denisovans and
there's
redactors have they have they don't like this one either. But it was like modern human Cro-Magnons went into Africa. It's not out of Africa, it's into Africa. And bred with a less advanced species. Probably something along the lines of Homo erectus.
Yeah, Neanderthals or some shit like that.
No, Neanderthals were.
Yeah.
No, Neanderthals were a lot more advanced than you think they were, bro.
Yeah,
They
like
had-
man.
Dude,
yeah.
They were banging apes, dude.
Yeah.
I saw a
Ah, damn it! Let me
I
finish
saw-
my thought.
oh sorry, fuck. Sorry, it's always me too, isn't it?
No,
No.
it's always Johnny interrupts me, and then you say something, so I never get to get back to it. But so yeah, it was something like Homo
My
erectus
fucking
that
connection sucks.
the modern humans came into Africa from Europe, probably, and well, because it was all like it was all Caucasians or whatever. I don't really like that term for us, but it was all white people up in northern Africa, even all the way down through the Horn of Africa, like Ethiopia and shit, and Eritrea and shit, and then some of those people, I don't know, probably got raped by fucking these lesser, these less
That wouldn't
advanced.
happen.
No, they would never do something
They
like
were
that.
good boys who did do nothing wrong.
Right.
You stole their roads and their books and everything, man.
But yeah,
Their wheels.
sub-Saharans have this strain from a that other people don't have. That's from this more primitive ancestor of humans. They say, or,
Right.
Yeah.
All right, I left and rejoined. Is it better now?
Yeah.
Yeah, was that all right?
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
it's yeah. Okay, there we go.
Can I throw this quick? It's not going to be quick at all. Can I throw out this thing about Stone Age tools?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Are you talking about the Salutrians and stuff?
well, this is North America is actually what it applies to. I heard this. I read the article first, actually, before I heard it on the radio. But I used to listen to the Communist Broadcasting Corporation in Canada, or the CBC.
You know.
And I used to keep up on it because even after I was like, I can't listen to this shit anymore, I would still tune in just to hear what kind of shit they were fucking peddling.
Right.
And they had this, in quotation, science program called Quirks and Quarks. And they had a guy on who was explaining how they had found Stone Age tools, and the oldest Stone Age tools they found in North America, they were like from 15,000, 17,000 years ago, roughly.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they had a particular way of making the tools that was European. And at the same time period...
Yeah, so you are talking about the Salutrians, you just didn't.
Okay. So At the same time period in Northern Europe, these tools are made the same way, right? And
Yeah.
then all of a sudden, this style of tool making stops, and we have a new style of tool making, which is Asiatic and corresponds perfectly with the stone tool making that they find in Asia at that specific time. So there was a wave by the evidence shows that before there were ever any Asiatics in North America, there was a wave of Europe, what we would call Europeans now, white people,
Yep.
colonizing and populating North America, probably traveling or following herds of animals across a ice bridge or a land bridge between whatever that shit. What's that? Going to Alaska, anyways. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but that's probably not how they did it.
Yeah, the
but
land bridge.
Because there was
Yeah.
probably
So-
there was more islands that were exposed in the Atlantic.
What's interesting about that is
so it was probably more of an Atlantic route than a Pacific route. Is my point.
well, this comes from actually the trail of stone tools comes from the Pacific
Does it?
that he's talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, but it matches to stuff they found in France.
Oh no, I'm not saying they didn't come from the other way too.
Because
But
they
I'm
found
talking
it on
about this-
it matched the stuff they found on the coast in France.
Yep.
So who knows?
But the guy was saying that they followed the trail of stone tools through Siberia and across that way, and that's not excluding any other possibilities, but this is the evidence that they had that he was going on. The interesting thing about this program was I never heard them do this before or since, and this was like 2007, 2008, around there. Might have been a little bit later. They have this guy on, they interview him, and then immediately after, they bring on somebody who disputes that claim and says, no, there were never European people here, and blah blah blah. It's not solid evidence, and blah blah blah. I've never heard them do that before. But they have somebody on, and then they dispute their claim. And I thought about that for a while. I'm like, why did they even have him on then? Well, they had him on because this paper was making its rounds, and they couldn't ignore it.
Yeah.
They couldn't
Right.
ignore the evidence because it just had shown up in too many publications and was starting to creep out into the mass publications, the mass media where we could see it, and so they had to nip it in the bud.
Yeah,
And it was really weird because the counter arguments were shit. The counter arguments were garbage. And because the guy who brought the evidence just said, okay, this is exactly what we found. This is where we found it. And this is the conclusion that we're drawing from it. This is what our theory is now because of this exact evidence. And the other guy was, a lefty piece of garbage who
many such cases said.
Yeah. So my point being is there's lots of evidence of things that we don't get to see or gets whitewashed. Somebody had put a post about or put a note about the further away we get, the easier it is to lie about it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was me.
Yeah.
That's my all.
But yeah. But I
I
did
was
see
about to
something
read
about
the name.
how,
I was like, no, I can't.
Don't read the name. Yeah.
I stopped myself before I did.
Sorry, go ahead.
I want it so bad, but I won't.
I used to donate
Nicholas.
with it.
Nicholas Gerzar Black is a very good fella.
Top shelf guy.
Very good guy. Very good guy.
Sorry,
very
continue.
good guy.
He was Kangs, yo. So I'm getting the idea that you guys don't believe in Wakanda.
I
get
believe that
Yeah.
Wakanda would have developed if we hadn't, gone
They already
in
had
and
it. We
whatever.
scolded it.
You're telling me you don't believe that a race of people whose skulls literally do not allow for full frontal lobe development built an advanced civilization? What? Are you a racist?
All right, so guys, I'm
No.
looking here on Twitter and I'm seeing all kinds of like Antifa BLMs attacking people all over the place here.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Damn
Let's
it.
get on to.
Let me find some good shit. That's Jack Posobiec, so you know. Person wearing press vest joins in on lighting stolen Trump hats on fire in D.C.
Dude, what the fuck are they? I'm gonna steal your hat and set it on fire. That'll show ya.
Right.
I swear to God, if someone ever fucking steals my Stetson and burns it, I'm gonna murder them. I am gonna murder them. It won't even be murder. It'll be justified. It'll be a mercy killing. I'll
Right.
get away with it fully. They'll be like, sir, he burned his Stetson. All charges are dropped immediately. Young man, you're a hero.
And by that statement, Johnny means he will give a stern talking to, and not break the law in any way
Yeah.
whatsoever.
By killing is just slang for. I'm just gonna give him a strong,
No, it's
word,
like
a strongly worded discussion.
What it means
I'm just
is
gonna
you're gonna
talk to
play
him. He's
some
like-
Minecraft and you're gonna
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna kill him
slash some
repeatedly in
zombies.
Minecraft.
Right.
You know, I'm just gonna blow up their house in Minecraft with Minecraft TNT.
Here's what Antifa Black Bloc in DC beat a man on the head using a stolen flag as a stick.
Mm.
So basically, and we already know this, it's Antifa causing all the problems. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's Charlottesville too out there.
Yeah. So we'll see what the media says about it.
Yeah.
I saw one guy. I think I posted it in the
Well,
group
BLM
chat.
Antifa rioters trying to fight police. And so far, all I've seen is BLM types. That's a nice way of putting it. BLM types getting arrested. You know,
Nice.
so that's good.
This guy from the Washington Post, Frederick Kunkel. That's quite a fucking name. He posted. This was at like 2 hours ago. He said a few scuffles at Black Lives Matter Plaza occur as Trump demonstrators and counter protesters clash. So it's just a few scuffles.
Black Lives Matters Plaza.
Yeah, they
I-
like
I-
renamed a plaza in DC Black Lives Matter Plaza.
So,
Yeah, they
I'm sorry.
renamed Pennsylvania Avenue Black Lives Matter Plaza.
So
They
I'm
named it
assuming,
after St. Floyd.
I'm assuming it's a stretch of burned out buildings.
No,
No, it's
it's
like
a
Black
street right in
Wall
front of the
Street.
White House.
Yeah, I mean they're all boarded up.
Yo, we be
Hey,
prospering.
can we get an F in the chat for @BigStinkyBabby?
Oh, what?
He
They
got
got- Yeah, they got.
F for
F,
Babby.
F.
Just saw it on the stream here.
Unacceptable.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound.
Yeah, like before we started the stream, I was looking at some people on DLive that had some stuff going on,
Oh Lordy.
and it was
What's
it was all like, and these are just people streaming, you know, IRL or whatever, and it was all the usual suspects, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, 7 minutes ago, arsonists now setting several fires on Freedom Plaza in DC.
Freedom Plaza.
I am not surprised. I am not surprised.
Nope. not
Yeah,
even a
Freedom
little bit.
Plaza, ironically, also named for black people.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. Definitely named for black people that way, you know.
I just threw it in the group chat if you guys want to look at it. Yeah,
Yep.
it looks like here we fucking go.
No, Murray Cohen is asking. Yeah, I saw him, but I was already gone. But I saw the message last.
Jesus.
Well, I saw it this morning, where you had asked that last night, Murray. But the song, our theme song, is it's called "Gun Totin' Rebel Son" by a band called Whiskey Dick.
Yeah.
I can give you the here's the YouTube link.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude,
they're a great
that-
band.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Update: masked individual wearing a press label lights MAGA gear on fire in Freedom Plaza.
Yep. I
Yeah.
said that already.
Oh, you did?
Yep.
This one from 2. I didn't even hear you. My bad.
That's how we were talking about them burning hats.
Jesus.
Oh, I mean, this one's from 2 minutes ago. Like, this
Yeah,
is just
that's when I
happening.
said
So I
it.
guess they're. Oh.
Dude,
Because I looked up like DC, I think, or maybe I looked up Andy No or whatever, just searched, and so it showed it
Yeah.
the latest one, you know.
Oh, okay, word.
you see that video of the young couple running the gauntlet of the Antifa there? Like just
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
a young guy and a young gal just minding their own business,
Yeah.
walking,
Yeah, and they were
getting attacked.
attacked left
Like,
and
look at
right.
these pieces of shit.
Did you
tell
see the
world
one? I
and
saw
the media-
one. There was these. It was a family with like 3 or 4 kids, and they're like having to walk down the street, and Antifa's all fucking yelling at them and shit.
Yeah.
Now, who brought their kids to that? You know, was probably not the smartest fucking thing in the world to do.
Yeah.
I'd say,
Yeah.
but
Like the media tells people that these are the good guys. These
Right.
fucking
because they're fighting
black
fascists,
black
bro.
mass pieces of oh yeah. You're not enough to be not enough to be not fascist. You got to be anti-fascist. Yeah.
Yeah.
Come join us, guy.
The only people
I wonder-
against
Yeah.
Antifa are fascists because, and
Yeah.
you
We should
know,
start a new group called Anti-Antifa.
right?
Yeah.
we're
Anti-com.
so anti-fascist. Hey, you guys, it's not enough to be anti-fascist. You have to be anti-fascist. Otherwise, you are literally
Yep.
Hitler.
Yeah.
You only have
Hey.
one anti in your name. Jesus, you might as well just. I was about to say something I shouldn't say.
Yeah, I wonder how many like MAGA normie types are gonna kind of realize that they were lied to about Charlottesville and the evil Nazi. You know
Well,
what I
this is
mean?
one of the good
Yeah.
things.
Evil
This is one of the good things about
Nazi
this. One of the good things. A lot of middle ground people are coming. They don't have. Oh yeah, there's this dude just get. Oh, they're like kicking him in the head and shit.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
also the flip side of that, you know, to be cynical for a moment, how many of those same like MAGA normie types are going to blame what's happening on Charlottesville, like setting that precedent or like poisoning the well? You know what I mean?
Nobody with any sense.
Yeah.
Nobody with any sense. And
Yeah,
those
that's-
people. I mean, you can't. You can't. What are you gonna do? How are you gonna help those people?
That is
I
fair.
don't know, man. They'll
Yeah.
they'll eventually be dragged along because so many of their peers are going to come our way. And I don't mean like when I say our way, I don't mean like some political. Oh, we're this political group or whatever. Just we're people. The way I view it is we're just people who noticed it.
Yeah.
We observed and we said, okay, this is what we're seeing, and I'm not gonna I'm not going to listen to the lying media when they're telling me something that that's contrary to what I'm seeing with my own friggin' eyes. And then there's all these people who hadn't seen it yet. And the more of them see it, you're going to get people just like in denial. They will forever be in denial because they don't want to believe that.
Right.
Yeah.
But when it's the groupthink thing, we can see it in action. And there's a lot of middle of the road people who, they just need to be surrounded by enough people who say what we say, and then they'll just agree with us because they know it's true.
Yeah.
We don't, it's not like, once we feed them the secret ideological words, we give them the right manifesto, they'll come to our side. It's like, no. Once you say, hey, listen, what you're seeing is what you're seeing.
Yeah.
It's real.
It's real.
And they go, oh, okay, I can finally, say that I see this.
Oh,
Without
Mr.
repercussions.
Madness Von Thule donated 14 lemons. Thank you, brother.
Thank you very much.
14 for the 14 words. It was 88 lemons yesterday. Hell yeah, brother.
Very based.
But yeah, you're right. Like, they're not. They're not gonna see it until like, because they still got all that shit shoved on them about, oh, you can't be racist and da-da-da, and they spent so much time trying to prove they're not racist that, like, you know, it's like...
The problem is that the narrative is set up as in this way. You either work every day trying to prove you're not racist, or you have to say, I'm racist. And it's really the middle ground, and the sensible path is to go, fuck you, racism isn't, what you call racism doesn't exist. I don't give a fuck what you call it or what you think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't get to just redefine words and fucking...
Yeah, for me to go...
For political purposes, you know?
For me to go, I like or dislike or having this group of people in my country has nothing to do with their racial terms. It's, I either like them or I don't. And I don't have to fucking make an excuse, or I don't have to make an explanation of why. It's my fucking country.
Well, if they were honest about history and genetics and everything else, then we wouldn't even be having this conversation. Because, like...
This is what it comes down to. Because, sorry. I'm doing it again.
Well, yeah, that's why they're doing that, is because they want to push this fucking bullshit on us. You know what I mean? Yeah. They don't, and they don't want us to know who we are. That's the biggest part of it.
Yeah, that's the most important part, I'd say.
It started with there's no differences between people. And if you don't like this group of people, it's just because of the color of their skin. And think how many songs. Like, I heard that fucking Aerosmith song, Living on the Edge, the other day. And there's this line, if you could judge a person just by the color of their skin, then mister, you're a better man than I. And I'm like, well, of course, I'm way better man than you fucking crackhead loser. But,
well, this coming from a man who married a girl when she was like 14 or some shit. Like,
Yeah.
That he had adopted. Like,
he's a creep, dude. But
he went full
this
Woody
is the
Allen
whole
mode,
point
but
of
worse. Yeah.
It's you know, it is worse in a way, because with Woody Allen, it's
it's in his
you know,
blood.
you kind of expect it. It's like, you know, that's not surprising. But when it's, I don't know actually that Tyler is one of ours, but when it's one of ours, it's kind of a little bit more gross and shocking.
Well, and he's like a rock star that could have like any girl he wants, pretty much, you know, in the 70s at least.
And why do you want a fucking 14-year-old man?
Right? That you raised since she was...
At least, I'll give Woody Allen this. At least he had the self-control to marry her when she was 18. Now, is that saying he didn't do anything when she was underage? I have no idea. Probably did. He probably did fuck her when she was underage. But I will give this, from what we do know, from what we're told by the funny hack-controlled media, at least he had the self-control to wait until she was old enough to marry him.
Yeah.
But, although, who knows? Steven Tyler's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Like, we can all agree there. Makes me not want to listen to his music anymore. I mean, I was never a huge fan of Aerosmith.
I don't like Aerosmith anymore. I don't like him.
Yeah. A couple other older songs, you know.
All their 80s shit, they didn't write that. They hired people to write their songs for them.
That makes sense, because their later shit sucks.
It's so
They also knows how it sounds so different.
Mm-hmm.
But
like the really old stuff, like Dream On and...
I don't have a problem with this is coming from somebody who, you know, plays music. I obviously never had a career in it. It's been a massive money loss for me for a long time. But I play music, I play in bands and stuff. I don't have any problem. People get all in the music industry. People get all squirrely about, oh, you're not writing your own songs, or you're you know. I was like, fuck, you got a good song, you sing it. Whatever, I don't give a fuck.
Dude, playing each other's songs is a country music tradition that goes back forever.
Oh, fucking right, dude. Fucking right. I mean,
all the greats stole each other's songs all the time, you know.
If Johnny Cash didn't do Sunday Morning Coming Down with Chris Christopherson, ever have had a career,
right?
Like,
well, probably with Bobby McGee, but I don't know, because what?
But then we might not have ever heard it, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, because what's her face might not have sang it. Well, Texas
That's what I'm saying,
girl,
right? Like, Joplin.
yeah, Janis Joplin. She might not have sang it because she wouldn't have known who he
Oh.
was. You know.
One last thing on the music industry stuff. Did you guys know that Waylon Jennings was Buddy Holly's bass player
Yes,
the night that Buddy
I
Holly
did.
died?
I did know that.
And
didn't
he
know
gave
that.
up. Waylon Jennings gave up his seat to Richie Valens. He's the guy who gave up his seat.
Yeah.
Oof.
He almost died that night with the gang.
And we were talking about
What'd you get
fucking.
for letting a monkey drive the plane?
We were talking about Steven Tyler. Maybe I'm a little biased
Yeah,
because
Why'd you let a monkey drive?
I have no problem
Sorry,
listening
sorry.
to Jerry Lee Lewis's music, and he married his like cousin when she was like 16.
Yeah, that's
Well,
pretty
he fucking like killed like 2 of his wives, didn't he? Jerry Lee Lewis.
No,
he shot
no.
his bass player, but that was supposed
But
to
isn't
be
he
an
the,
accident.
he's the guy who sang
Yeah,
Great
but it's
Balls
just
of
a bass
Fire,
player.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, your bass player, like, yeah, fucking shoot him. You're allowed to.
right.
Goodness
He's just a
gracious,
bass
my balls
player.
are
I
on
mean, it's not
fire.
like it's somebody important.
Yeah. But he had already been married when he got married when he was like the first time when he was like 16 or something.
Yeah,
He was
Yeah.
already married and divorced by that time.
right.
And I'm not giving him a pass. We talked about this on the. Remember that night you were playing music on SciTube?
Yeah, didn't we watch the Jerry Lee Lewis
we were-
documentary? Didn't we?
I don't know. Yeah, I think we watched something. We were definitely talking about it at least. And I'm not giving him a pass, but that was a different. It was a different time, and it was a different place. And the fact is that, as disgusting as it is, and not even like as disgusting as it sounds now, just disgusting as it is, there was a state where he could go and take her and get married
Yeah.
legally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And once again, I'm not giving it a pass, but it's hard to, it can be hard to judge, you know, what would you do? Well, I certainly fucking hope that if I had been born then and raised in that area at that time that I wouldn't have married a 13-year-old for fuck's sakes. But he's also a nutbag.
Yeah.
It's
times were
it's
different.
One of the reasons,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
So.
But he's a special case. He's a wild guy. Like, he's out to fucking lunch, and he wouldn't have made such great music if he wasn't fucking nuts.
He outlived them all too.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
You ever see him play live?
Yeah.
I caught him once. He was already in his 70s. He was like 72,
Yeah, he
73
was
at the time.
old as shit when I saw him too.
Yeah,
but-
it was sad. It was sad to see, but at the same time, when he got behind the keys, he
Mhm.
still fucking played him, man.
Yeah.
He
'Cause
still
it was like
played him. And
early
his
2000s
voice sounded great
when
too.
I saw him. You know.
Yeah, I saw him 05,
Who's in my
I think.
heart and you set it on fire? Oh.
Well, that was.
No, he actually sounded really
That's
good.
definitely not his best music either. Like, you know, that's what everybody. That's what made him famous and all that shit. But his best
Yeah.
shit came out like way later. You know, in the '70s probably. It's
I-
my
I really
favorite.
like his early stuff, but yeah, he had so much more in him than just a couple of rock and roll songs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like more
But
of
he
his
had
country
to go
albums
and
better
fucking-
anyway. But,
Yeah. Yeah, but he had to go and marry that fucking 13-year-old cousin. Like, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck?
That is the guy who killed like 2 of his wives and went to trial and got away with it every time because he was famous.
No,
I don't
He was like
remember
the
him
O.J.
don't
killing
Simpson
remember
of his
him.
time.
I knew he shot
he
his
killed
bass
like 2 of his
player.
fucking wives.
I knew he
No,
shot
but he
his bass
killed like
player.
2 of his wives. Look it up. I'm pretty sure he killed like 2 of his wives.
Oh, look it up right now.
Hold on.
All right, I'm gonna be fucking right, and I'm gonna laugh.
Jerry Lee Lewis ex-wives. Google this shit.
I mean, they called him the killer.
yeah. Oh, you remember that 80s movie with Quaid? Not Randy. That'd be hilarious. Randy Quaid plays Jerry Lee Lewis.
You see, he's been married 7 times. He had 6 children during his marriages.
Oh, he had a young child die too. That's fucking tragic.
Yeah,
man.
62. His
Yeah.
son drowned in a swimming pool.
Oof.
In
That's
73, his another son died. at 19 when he crashed his Jeep. When he was 16, he married Dorothy Barton, daughter of a preacher. That only lasted 20 months. Second marriage, 1953, to Jane Mitchum, was of dubious validity because it occurred 23 days before his divorce from Barton was final.
The man likes marrying.
It only lasted 4 years anyway. Third marriage was his cousin. Yeah, third marriage was to his cousin, 13-year-old Myra Gale Brown.
That's fucking...
But his divorce from Jane Mitchum wasn't finalized before the ceremony took place, so he had to remarry her in 1958, a year later, or 6 months later. They got divorced in 1970. Fourth marriage, Jaron Elizabeth Gunn Pate. She drowned in a swimming pool at the home of a friend with whom she was staying several weeks before divorce proceedings could be finalized. So maybe that's what you're referring to. K.K. Jones.
I could have swore he killed... God damn.
Testified in Lewis's income tax evasion trial in 1984. That she had lived with him from 1980 to 1983. Fifth marriage lasted 77 days. From June to August 1983, ending with her death. Journalist Richard Ben Kramer alleged that Lewis abused her and may have been responsible for her death, but the allegations had never been verified. Sixth marriage was to Carrie McCarver. They have one child, Jerry Lee Lewis III. He moved to Ireland in 93. Supposedly, though he denies it, to avoid issues with the Internal Revenue Service. And he got sued by the German company New Constantin Film Production for failure to appear at a concert in Munich in 1993. Married his seventh wife, Judith Lee, March 2012.
He was alive in 2012? God damn.
He's still alive now.
Are you shitting me?
Nope.
Holy hell.
Somehow that
God
man...
damn.
Like...
He's a vampire.
He's a trooper, boy.
Yeah, he's
something else. What I was gonna say is, shit, fuck. Yeah, in the credits of Great Balls of Fire, that's the movie I was talking about with Dennis Quaid.
Yeah, that's like the
credits it says music. It just says music by the killer himself.
Yeah,
it doesn't even say Jerry Lee Lewis. It just says the killer himself.
Because they called him the killer because of it had to do with a car wreck, didn't it?
Oh, I don't know, but I don't know where that came from. It was a car wreck
that happened when he was young.
One last story, Jerry Lee Lewis story. I saw an interview with the fucking guy who played him, and it was funny. It was so funny. Remember the Johnny Cash movie that came out a few years back?
Yep.
Yeah, with Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin. Yeah. The guy who they were premiering the movie or something, and they had Jerry Lee Lewis and because I think he might have been the only surviving guy from the fucking from the movie. He was at the premiere or something, and the guy who played young Jerry Lee Lewis in the movie walked up and goes, "Oh, hi, Mr. Lewis, I played you in the movie. It's such an honor." And I guess Jerry Lee Lewis just looks down at the guy and goes, "Well, ain't he cute?" and walks away.
It's based.
Just like, who the fuck are you? I played you in a movie, and what?
And
he's sitting there going like, I might be your father.
God, what? Okay.
Where was your mother in 2003? Was she at my concert? Because she's probably, yeah. I won't remember her, but she'll remember me.
I probably didn't know her name to begin with.
Yeah. Actually, had a buddy of mine who's been around this town his entire life. He's been a punk rock or whatever. Goes to a punk rock show, and it was like an all ages show. So there's guys. He's in his mid 40s now. So this is like 10 years ago, whatever. But he's still in his in his mid 30s at the time. There's like this 16-year-old kid comes up and said something to him, and he looks at him, and he goes, "You look really familiar. I might have slept with your mother," and then walks away. Leaves the guy with that. He goes like, "I think I might have fucked your mother," and then just walks away. Oh, dude,
That's a great line.
Yeah, don't go to the punk rock shows and try to fucking be friends with the old guys. They're all assholes, dude. We're all assholes.
Oh yeah, totally.
Your mother named Susie, was she hanging out at my shows back in fucking 98?
Oh, so let's see what's going on with his march. Nothing good, I'm sure. I mean, it's nothing surprising. It's exactly what we expected. But
Yeah, but just how far will it go?
what it'll really be telling is what the media says about it tomorrow. Let me go ahead and check. I'll just like look at Google News and see what I'm seeing about it, you know?
Yeah, I'm scrolling the timeline right now.
So far, I'm not seeing them painting the MAGA crowd in a bad light, but I don't know how much they're fighting back yet, you know?
Right.
Which I was actually kind of semi-joking about yesterday, because, what was it? Jeannie had posted something about, I think it was Jeannie, that, well, maybe it wasn't. I don't remember who. Doesn't matter. But, shit, I don't even remember what I responded to. I just remember what I responded, but I was like a quote, you know, that, like, oh yeah, I really own that libtard. He beat me in the face and I didn't do anything.
Got him.
Got him.
Totally owned it with my principles.
Right? Showed him who's violent.
Yeah, only blacks are violent. I don't behave like that. You say as you're getting fucking
No, but
pumped.
those people wouldn't say it was the blacks. They'd say it's the left.
Yeah, it's the Democrats.
Right? Probably the same morons that are out there saying shit like fucking, it's the white people really doing BLM's
Oh my fucking
riots
god,
and
yeah.
shit. Yeah.
Bro, the amount of people that believe that, like, because that's just a straight lie, you know, it's just straight up gaslighting. Like, the amount of people that worked on is fucking mind-blowing.
Yeah. I know. It really does blow my mind, too. It bugs the shit out of me because, like...
Oh, but...
Did you see any of the videos of the people that were looting Walmart or fucking Foot Locker or whatever else?
Did you...
You know what I mean?
There's one still. I don't know if it's from a video or whatever, but it shows like there's like 8 black.
Oh,
people.
finally done driving for the night.
There's like eight black people looting a Target or whatever, and there's this one white guy in the background stealing fucking Legos.
Legos, yeah, dude.
It's like,
I was literally I was gonna say, oh, but didn't you see that guy stealing Legos? He was white.
fucking hilarious, dude. Like he probably went in to buy them. He probably was like in the store, like, I want to buy some new Legos. Oh, there's nobody here to pay for these. I guess I'll just leave now.
Let me see if I can find some live streams of shit going on, because it's gonna be like really happening. You know, it's kind of hard to find shit earlier when I was looking, but
USA Today had they were streaming the march earlier, And the first thing that it says in the description of the stream, experts are warning some right-wing extremists may appear at rallies in D.C. in
Yeah.
support of President Trump.
Yeah,
it's
they're already
unclear how
painting
many
that narrative, huh?
Yeah, and they're also trying to shit on. I guess this is before it actually happened, because the last line it says, "Though it's unclear how many people will attend." So they're running both of the fucking psyops.
Both ops there, huh?
Yeah, we're not sure how many federal agents signed up for it quite yet. We're still waiting for the tally list to show how many federal agents signed up to participate in the psyop. Oh shit, we're on live TV. I didn't mean to say that.
Let me see.
Guy gets pulled off with like one of those like giant hooks you see on like a, like one of those giant like. What are the things they use like when someone's bombing on stage in a cartoon and they bring out that big like cane with a hook on it to like grab them and pull them off the stage.
Let's see if I can pull up and get this to work right. If I can pull up the streams.
Fucking damn it! Fucking fridge.
One good thing
juice.
I'm seeing in what kind of juice you guys drinking? Apple juice or orange juice? Apple juice or orange juice?
No, I said the fucking Jews broke my fridge. It's got a stupid sliding glass plate that keeps popping out of place every time I go over a bump. Fucking Hebrews.
Oh, it's possible. I mean, they're going to be.
It doesn't actually show the
media.
stream. That's kind of annoying. Let me see what else I can find here, because it doesn't seem like much.
They're going to be demonized. They're going to be demonized in the. They're going to be demonized in the media, anyways. But there's a couple of videos of the Proud Boys, doing some good security detail. If I hate to kind of this sounds like pretty fucking sleazy, but if they're a separate entity and they can be, well, yeah, there was some violence, but it was Proud Boys fighting, getting into fights with Antifa, and the majority of these people were just law-abiding citizens who love Trump, is a good optic. And I'm not like, what's his name on the, it's all about the optics and blah, 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 and don't do this and don't do that. But they do matter to capturing the kind of...
Let me turn on the sound here, because there's something happening on the stream that I popped up. Can't quite tell what it... Oh, wow. Talking about Antifa ends tonight.
Oh. Got my interest.
Can you make that bigger?
Yeah. This one might be better. Yeah, this is the... Alright, see, but I got the better one up right now. That's just that. Let me see. Let me make it bigger.
Or is there a way to post the link so I can bring it up in another window here?
I can do that too.
And anybody who wants to have a peek at it can. Yeah, it's the later it gets, the crazier it's gonna get.
Yeah, this is exactly what I expected.
Hold it up, baby, so we know who you are. Raise those hands, baby. Show that pride.
Would you say the darker it gets, the more dangerous it is?
In more ways than one.
Okay, this is funny. One of my sisters, who's a radically left nutbag, just asked me if I wanted to join a video chat with her and some of my other siblings. Sorry. Busy on the Fren report. You guys can tune in.
Send them a link.
Gamer word. What does this mean? What do they keep saying that? Oh, that's pretty good. Huh.
Might be working better.
Where you at, bitch? Come on! Come on! Come on!
The news program streaming that? I've only seen the news to share.
They had to have it like actually open on my screen for it to work. Now it should start playing.
The comment section's moving.
Yeah. Fuck their comment section. I got my own.
I gotta say, one of the most irritating things
Yeah.
is when you have these MAGA people screaming at Antifa, "You effing Nazis!" I'm just like, oh god, they're not Nazis.
Right?
They're
Yeah.
much worse than communists, dude.
Yeah.
We're so brainwashed. We're so brainwashed.
National Socialists would not act like this.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, and in all honesty, the Proud Boys are more of a representation of what the National Socialists were in Germany when they started marching on the streets.
Yeah.
Right, like they were the response to the communist violence. And I'm not going to get into any other politics on that. I'm just saying what on the street what
Fucking
they
keeps
were.
booting me out of the stream or out of the fucking call.
Really?
No, if we're lucky, the things that will go on in this.
Maybe if I close some of these tabs I got open here. So
Like porn.
no porn.
Jesus. I just saw Andy Goes or whatever his fucking name. I think it's
Nuo
Ching Chong for Slant? Slant? Is that his name?
or Whoa, because I know that
friggin'
like
Abby.
NGU. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
His Avi is fucking hilarious considering what he actually looks like.
Right.
But hey, you know, go off, buddy. Go off. You was popping up here.
Let me see if that helped. So I want to be able to see. I don't think it did. Let me see if I can close some more here. Twitter is probably the main problem, but I don't want to close that one. So I guess I could Twitter on my phone. So
Yeah, that's what I have to do.
because Twitter is so shittily fucking coded.
Yeah, if I browse on my laptop while I'm in the call, I'll get it'll boot me.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know Fitzboodle, but he just tweeted, "Is it the fiery but mostly peaceful apocalypse yet?"
Yeah, that guy does great art.
Probably better actually if I use Twitter on my phone anyway.
Proud Boys now brawling with Antifa in DC. Have you seen that?
I'm watching it right now. I think
Let me see.
Daily Grifter just posted a clip.
Ian Miles Chong has a video of it up here.
Welcome to your timeline. It's empty now, but it won't be for. Why did you keep doing
Dude,
this stupid shit?
I've been getting that for like 2 weeks now.
Because Twitter's been fucking up for like 2 weeks now.
I'm sure it's just a
Thanks.
coincidence. I'm sure it's just a coincidence.
Yeah.
If Twitter could shut down everything but lefty commentaries, they would do it right now.
Yeah.
Stupid thing. Yeah, and
Yeah,
they're
not too far left. If you're talking about Israel, then you know you got to go also.
Oh yeah. Once you-
Dumpster Truffle, as we all know, has a very special way of typing. So he wrote something fun. Thinking about filing a complaint against my government. You gotta read it like he types it.
Yeah. Once you go far enough left, you wrap all the way back
Hey,
around.
Animal. Glad you could stop by. Let me I'm gonna try to play this Ian Miles Chow video right here real quick. The Twitter works way better than trying to do the YouTube live streams, I say.
Mega hat guys, Mason people. Got that bear spray.
Proud Boys are charging in here.
Oh yeah, that's the same. Yeah, dude, these motherfuckers are just like straight up brawling.
Oh, there's a brawl. There's a fight. Oh, he's kicking. Oh, is that Anti? Who's kicking the shit out of who? I can't tell.
Let's go!
Yeah, it is kind of hard to tell, but it looks like the
Yeah, it's really hard to tell.
looks like the Trump guys came out on top of this one.
Yeah.
I mean, who's to say? And what does that even mean? It's just fucking chaos, man.
Yeah.
Tax filings reveal Biden cancer charity spent millions on salaries, zero on research.
No shit.
So which side do you think is gonna shoot first?
Ooh.
The one with the guns. Or sorry, the one with the guns that actually work.
I don't know. I think I'd be pretty surprised that it happens until really late, and maybe some people are out jogging. And
A little jogging, yeah, going
there's
on.
a negligent discharge. I think that would be the only thing that would start that tonight.
There's an
We'll
obese
come back
old
to that,
woman
'cause
Trump supporter
We'll
in
check
an
in a
easy
little
scooter,
later.
and Antifa's beating the shit out of her right now.
Oh.
Sure, it's fucked up,
she should have
dude.
set that up. She should have set that up like War Chariot with the knives on the wheels
Nice.
and the barbed wire around it.
Okay, I put in the
That would
chat.
have been amazing.
Yeah,
Like
we'll
a
check
full-
back in with that, but let's not. Antifa already have. Well, I mean, they have tonight. For Jorbo saying that Antifa already has shot some.
Yeah.
So far, I haven't heard any reports of gunshots tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. Oh, Animals saying that they
Yeah, we
brought a
know
lot
they
of.
have, like in Portland, and there was that shit, and well, they were shooting at Kyle Rittenhouse, and he shot back. That's what I was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking about tonight. I wonder who's gonna shoot first. You know. Well, it doesn't matter who shoots first. You know who the media is gonna blame it on. So. But yeah, they've definitely killed at least 3 we know of for sure. And then there was the one guy who they said killed himself, but X'd it out on that one too, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm expecting some gunshots tonight. And when that happens, it's gonna that's when the shit's gonna hit the fan.
Yeah, because it's going to break out. Like, there's no way that if that happens, it's going to be a shooting. Like, it's going to be isolated.
And
you
I'm
know what I mean?
expecting it from Antifa or fucking, you know, federal plants or something, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, the whole Proud Boys, like that Proud Boys thing, I mean, that was clearly a huge op. So, I mean, it kind of seems like that's what they're gearing up for. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Because we know they're going to do that. And at this point, I mean, they've been trying to bait us into it for fucking years, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
they're finally going to get what they want, I think. You
Video
know?
of a police officer pulling a American off one of these commies, and the commie gets up once the cop pulls the American off him,
Yeah.
and he gets about 10 steps before 3 or 4 other guys grab him.
Yeah.
This almost looks like the opposite of what we've been seeing for the past year.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
But here's the thing: is that you're going to see as many Americans get arrested with assault charges and things. I think it's not going to be. They're not on our side, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, but they really like the videos I've been seeing. The police seem really isolated. It's kind of strange. Almost like they don't want to show up in a proper force to prevent interaction between Antifa and the people who are coming to the rally.
Yeah. Animal says he doesn't think that the right will freak out until the bunk election is over, and I could kind of see that.
Yeah, yeah.
At least a lot of people won't want to. But they start shooting at us, which is probably what's going to happen. Or, like I said, there's always the false flag implant types.
Yeah, it would be much better for everybody if people keep control until it's what you might want to say is go time, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't even like saying that type of shit because it can be misconstrued as a fad post, for fuck's sakes. But we're reaching, and it's funny because once again I'm a Canadian. I don't even live in the United States, but this is the big one, dudes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be, the shit's really going to
Right?
hit
Like,
the fan there.
I can't remember if we were talking about this or I was talking about this with a coworker, but I said the important thing about Trump isn't Donald Trump, right?
Right.
He's the least important part about it. The fact is, he is a symbol. He's a representation of the will of the people.
Yeah, the populist movement and stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
and it's the people. No, maybe I did bring this up because Donald Trump was our political solution to deal with the elites.
right.
Because if the elites wanted to deal with us on a fair and equal footing, as in you guys can continue being elites, but you guys got to watch your shit.
Yeah.
Then Donald Trump was perfect
Right.
because he plays along. He's okay. Yeah, he'll go and shake hands with the Israelis and he'll play their game, and then he'll but he wants to do stuff for us too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas all their candidates will just absolutely fuck us and destroy us, and they openly say they're going to do it, right? So if they wanted a political solution, they would have been promoting Trump this whole time.
Yeah, if they want, they obviously don't, because look how Trump was a compromise on our end.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, this is it. This was our. It's not like we all us citizens got together, world citizens got together and decided that this is what we're going to do. But this is a natural thing that just happens spontaneously, an organic thing, and it was our offering, the last offering of peace.
It was the last gasp of like trying to have a political solution.
Yeah, and it's crazy when that. I kind of come to this conclusion when he was being going through the initial election 2016, 2017. But it didn't really strike me because I guess it wasn't as the consequences of what's happened over the 4 years. Of course, I couldn't have known for sure back then. I kind of had to figure what it would be, but it was just the other day. It just kind of struck me. I was like, this was our olive branch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
God, that video of that couple walking through Antifa, that's just fucking horrible.
Yeah.
I can't watch the whole fucking thing. That's just fucked up.
Well, prayers for them, and I hope they get married and have 10 kids. I hope they're not shit eggs. I hope they're not shit eggs. I hope they're good kids. And I think they're going to be radicalized by Antifa.
Yep.
Radicalized by reality.
Yeah.
Right.
So hopefully they don't go home.
I don't know
and
why we call it
and...
radicalized. We're normalized.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
We're being normaling it.
But
we're radical about it. We're normalized.
Normalized. Sorry.
I was gonna say, considering the other side, like, you know, the common sense position becomes radical.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm
I mean,
sorry,
with
go ahead.
Pretty much where we're at these days, you know?
the term normalized, I mean, it's used to mean like you've been accustomed to, you've been, uh, yeah, like you normalize a piece of steel and you get it to all homogenize and relax and take it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, radicalized means it's gone one way. There's no coming back, right?
Yeah.
It's been hardened and tempered.
Yes. I'll be right back, guys. Gotta use the can again.
Oh, you fucking woman. The bladder of a woman that one has.
Wham and alarm. Wham and alarm.
Whammon alarm. Whammon. Guys want to go fuck some whammon?
Um,
Oh.
Oh, I just saw your post, Animal, about how you can stand on one leg again. So congratulations, Animal.
oh, excellent. Yeah, dude, I keep seeing like I've seen like 2 or 3 clips of the Proud Boys just kind of like fucking these dudes up in the
Yeah.
streets,
Yeah.
like decisively.
And the Proud Boys are idiots, really, but at least they're sort of on our
Yeah.
team. You know?
Yeah, at least tangentially, yeah.
Yeah.
I've always
BLM
thought that they
writer
were
with a
kinda
knife
cringe.
got knocked out.
What happened?
Some BLM writer with a knife got knocked out.
Hell yeah.
Here's the Antifa dude who was getting his ass handed to him, and a cop helped him. Then as he was running away, he got it again. Like I said, like, I personally know a lot of people that wouldn't, you know, since Charlottesville, they've been riding the sidelines, you know what I mean? But, like, people are sick of that shit, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Murray Cohen says, Proud Boys are idiots, but he still likes them. They've got balls. Sometimes they put those balls in each other's mouths, but you take what you can get.
Yeah, that's what kind of what I was gonna say before. Is like I think they're cringe, but that doesn't mean I want them to lose. You know what I mean?
Right. Like I said, they're
Like, I
still,
definitely-
like, on our side, kind of, and shit, you know?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, like I'll make fun of libertarians, you know, but 99% of the time they're still like, you know, they're on our side.
Yeah, and they do have
Like,
the
when the
balls
line-
to put
when- if the
themselves
line
out
is-
there.
Yeah, that's true too. Well, I mean, balls or a lack of brains or like a combination of
Yeah,
both. But
you got
yes.
balls the size of brains, and brains the size of balls, but...
Because I definitely wouldn't go out, and I like to tell myself that it's because I'm too smart. That would be stupid. But, you know. Also, it would be pretty fucking scary.
Well, like, since Charlottesville, anybody tried to be like, hey, go do something, I'd be like, fuck you, you fucking retard. You know what I mean? But I would have been out there if I was in the country, I think, you know? Because I've been pissed the past couple weeks, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
And you know, it's funny you mentioned that because I've got
a little more than kind of gay, but yeah.
I mean, a butt plug falling out of your ass is kind of gay. If it was
Right.
going in, then that would have been actual gay.
Well, actually, wouldn't the fact that it fell out mean that make more
You're right.
evidence of being gay?
because
It would've
it's too
been
loose
like-
to hold it. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, it would have been snug in there otherwise.
Fuck.
It would have stayed. Murray says, Kevin McGinnis is kind of gay, like Freddie Mercury is kind of gay.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I'm glad.
Like you mentioned, being mad watching all this shit, right? I've got a buddy who's he's a teacher. He's like a total libertarian, right? Like a right-wing libertarian, but still. And yeah, this shit, like watching it, has just like pushed him for like closer and closer to me. Like he's like, I can't even talk to other people about my honest view of politics anymore. Which sucks, but it's also like great news that more, because guys like that are going to be pushed over to our side or further. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like getting J woke and race woke.
Well, that's
so
what I
to
was
speak.
saying. Like, the dissident right has been mostly sitting on the sidelines since Charlottesville because we saw what was happening. You know what I mean? And they're going to, like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
all through this year, we didn't take the bait, and we didn't take the bait. But at this point, it's not even taking the bait anymore. It's like you gotta,
Yeah, it's gone beyond being bait.
Yeah. At some point, you have to actually fucking stand the fuck up. It's not bait.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's not bait anymore. It's time to fucking do something.
Yeah, because and it comes down to that. Like there's a time
Disclaimer:
where
I'm
it's
not
like,
advocating for any violence or
Nope,
anything
none of
like
us
that.
are.
Of course,
We would never do that.
Yeah.
there's a time where you can say, and this was the wise thing to say, and a lot of us were saying it. Stay the fuck home, guys. Like, we don't need to get into that shit. Let them tear shit down.
Yeah. I'm too busy making money to fucking go out and do this shit.
Yeah, but once again, it's like you see the point where a truck driver gets stopped by one of these protests, in quotations, and all of a sudden it becomes really fucking real really quick, right? But
Yeah.
what the fuck do
I
you
have a
do?
gun in my
What do you
truck.
do?
I have a
Well, that's what I
pistol
said. My
in my
dad
truck, and
always carried.
I'm not going to stop. They told me. They gave me a message on my Qualcomm little computer in my
Yeah.
truck here, and I could use it to contact. They said if you come across a protest, do not stop. Slow
Good.
down, but do
Good.
not stop. If you run someone over, then fuck it. You ran someone over.
Yeah.
You're not going to get in any serious shit.
Yeah.
Good.
You did what you had to do, but do not stop because they'll fucking kill you.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm
And
glad
my
to hear that.
dad,
Fucking
my
glad
dad
to hear
always
that.
carried his fucking pistol with him all through the 80s and 90s and shit, 2000s. When this shit wasn't even happening like this,
Yeah.
Even before it was legal to conceal carry a weapon, he carried one any damn way,
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, so there was a times where just like dudes like don't, like you said, don't take the bait. But there becomes a time where like we have to go do this. I mean, it could be something as simple as I have to go to work, but it could also be for you guys have to, certain people in certain areas, they got to get out in the street and be seen and support the president.
Right.
Which I think, if you said that any other time than right now, everybody would be like, yeah, of course. That makes sense. Of course you got to get out. You have to be able to get out and support your president. Even when there's a contentious president. Like when Obama was in, I honestly don't think, for all the shit talk and the hate that
I wouldn't have pissed on Obama if he was on fire.
But I don't think no, exactly. But I don't recall ever hearing somebody go,
or Bush
if
for
there was
that matter.
if there was a pro Obama rally in DC,
Bush, I might have pissed on him if he was on fire, but
what I'm getting is I don't remember anybody saying, "Oh, you shouldn't be out there," waving Obama signs. because of some problem with that. They might go, hey, I think Obama's a piece of shit and you guys are retards, but they weren't, let's go at him with sticks and throw rocks at him. You shouldn't be out there. You know what I mean?
No.
And I mean, it's obviously, look at the two different sides in that. Those were the people who were going to have the sticks and the rocks anyways, but
those primitive weapons.
Right.
But, I don't want to spell it out, but
well, the rocks are a weapon. The stick is more of like a tool that you can use to get more ants out of the log.
Those termite mounds look pretty good, Yeah, I can almost lick the stick, stick it in, it's like a treat.
It's like Fun Dip.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Fun Dip.
Bro, I used to love that shit. Do they still make Fun Dip?
I think they do.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
My kids have had them at least once that I recall. We got one Halloween.
Oh, I was talking about pissing on.
Without downloading new pics, where you mentally, Walrus put a picture of a frog version of the I Just Want to Grill for God's sake.
Yeah. I just want a girl for God's sake.
Okay, nobody is pissing on any president, present or past. Weird. I don't know if you saw in the chat. Marie Cohen wants to.
Yeah, I was laughing about that.
Okay, yeah. We're not promoting any. We're absolutely condemning urinating on any type of president, past or present.
Degenerate. Disgusting.
I'm not saying I wouldn't do it for $1,000. I'm just saying we're not promoting that in any way. Hey, $1,000 is $1,000, man.
Right?
That's like 15 grand Canadian.
Yeah.
I call that the golden plan.
It's like, I'm not gay, but $20 is $20.
Hey, gay man, gay for pay ain't gay.
No pee-pee. Maybe poo-poo, but no pee.
There you go, gentlemen. I shared a tweet with you I think's going to make you laugh.
Oh, let me see.
Oh, I saw that too. I was like, should I read this out?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Walrus already read it. It just took him that long to get it.
No, it took me a minute to pop it up.
I'm sorry.
I gotta do all the fucking technical driving shit.
Sorry, just teasing.
Yeah. I want to show it to the crowd here. Let me see. Capture.
Oh, dude. Sorry, this is somebody just retweeted this. This is from that lefty who was doing the feed on the rally earlier on. I don't know if you read this one.
Yeah.
It's a mega woman takes issue with the preacher's condemnation of homosexuality. So I'm assuming there's somebody with a sign about homosexuality is bad, obviously.
Yeah.
The street preacher tells her she must repent, or God might break her vibrator while she's using it and get battery acid in her vagina. But wait, the final line. This is hilarious because this is just the lefty mentality. I'm not trying to kink shame, but fucking yikes.
All right.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with putting battery acid in your vagina, but whoa, that sounds terrible. Like they can't,
yeah.
Everything has to be through that lefty mentality.
Right. Whatever flashlight that cries. Hey, at least you used to do the dishes, but
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
You wanna-
modern appliances
don't
were a
make 'em like they
mistake.
used to.
Modern appliances were a mistake, and the repercussions have just been an absolute detriment to society. And the worst part about it, men invented the washing machine, men invented the electric dryer, the gas dryer, men invented the electric stove, and what did it get us?
Right.
Oh God, you're right. Were they white men?
Yeah. Well, no. I think they were all invented in Wakanda, and white people stole them. But that doesn't matter. That's not.
Just like
That's
the
not the
butter.
point. That's not the point. The point being is like we work all our lives. We work all our lives to provide for our family, and we go, okay, our wife has to look after the kids, or she's got to get pregnant, carry that fucker around for 10 months, and got to go through labor, and then spend more time looking after the household and the kids. So we're gonna work really hard. We're gonna get that promotion so we can buy the new kitchen and the new laundry and get the nice clean house with the nice walls and the nice this and the everything nice and fancy and the nice furniture for her. And what do? They take the spare time that we've given them by making their lives easier and
They use it to be a pain in the ass.
yeah, they use it to be a pain in the ass.
No, they don't do any of that shit anymore.
Huh? I'm not trying to shit on women here, but if you look at the arc throughout time, it was a mistake.
Yeah.
And what did? They sat at home with too much leisure time and said, well, we should be working, we can do anything that our husbands do. They didn't have time to think about that when they were working as hard as us.
Right?
Yeah.
How's it going, everyone?
Honestly,
Hey.
Yo,
hello?
Hello. I figured I'd just hop in. I saw the invite. I don't know how much longer you guys are going for.
I don't know. So I stop.
Wasn't Trucker
Always.
supposed to come on?
No, probably not tonight. Like you said, next
Oh
weekend.
man.
I just went ahead and
Okay.
we said
He's a good
next
boy.
weekend. I woke up to a message saying next week. I don't know. So I'm pretty sure he meant next weekend. But
Okay.
I don't know. I just added him in so he can join whenever he wants to. So, but yeah, he'll be popping in at some point.
Sorry if I broke your flow, everybody. Just
Damn it,
thought
Mark.
I'd pop in.
Yeah, you
all
really
my
kind of
fault.
you kind of brought us all down a little bit there, buddy.
I don't know if you've ever listened
It
to
happens
this
a lot.
program before, but it's kind of a thing.
Yeah, that's what we
Kind of
do.
what we do here.
Absolutely.
Uh-oh, he's spamming emotes in the chat again. We're going to have to mute him.
Oh, whoa, this guy.
Just the popcorn and the jogger. That's all I need.
Oh,
I do love that jogger one. So what I miss? What you
What
guys
happened?
talking about?
Let me see.
we talked about ancient peoples, migrations to human beings, aliens, trans-dimensional creatures, Black Lives Matters, Proud Boys. What else? Did I miss
Jews.
anything, guys?
Probably.
I missed the alien talk. Damn.
Oh, I'm
Sorry,
sure
trying-
we can.
trying to
we can-
sum up the-
It'll pop back in there. It always does.
Trying to sum up 3 hours of us rambling.
Right.
Jew gamer words from outer space.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of that.
Somebody probably brought up Hitler at one point.
At
but,
one point, yeah.
I mean, who's keeping
Okay,
track?
so I bring them up every time we chat. I'm sorry. I'll try to stop doing it.
But somehow it always leads right back to Hitler.
Guys, I'm gonna tell you something. We all blame the Jews and the joggers for
audio
everything
just
right
fucked
now,
up?
but I'm gonna tell you something. None of this shit
Guys,
would be
my
happening.
microphone, or
if
sorry,
that
my
f-
headset audio is all
God
fucked
damn
up.
it! God damn it!
Mic
Stop.
works. Fucking.
None of this shit would be happening right now if that fucking bitch just didn't eat the fucking apple. It's all
Truth.
women's fault.
Truth.
It's all women's fault.
All right, so we got an
Or,
update
as we
here.
like to,
There's been multiple stabbings reported at 10th Street Northwest
shit.
D.C. between G and New York Avenue.
Shit.
Ooh.
Stabbings
That's
in
not
New
good.
York?
Yeah.
Mm.
No. Stabbings in D.C.
DC.
Oh, DC. Holy shit.
Because
Well,
D.C., around where all the Congress and,
Mhm.
you know, like the White House is on Pennsylvania Avenue and shit, they're all named after states in that area.
Yeah,
Wonder why
those are
Trump
pretty
hasn't
close.
ordered the fucking. Wonder why
National
Trump
Guard
hasn't
in
ordered
yet?
the Secret Service. No, the Secret
Secret
Service to
Service.
just go in and take out Antifa. Yeah, just to leave the MAGA march alone, but go in and just take out Antifa.
Oh, that would be nice. Wouldn't that be
That'd be
beautiful?
great. Because you know those guys know how to beat some fucking ass more than any. Like, I'd say, like, I'd bet a Secret Service agent who works directly with the president probably knows how to kick someone's ass in more ways than a fucking SEAL could comprehend. You just know they could. Otherwise, they wouldn't. Otherwise, they wouldn't have the job.
Yeah. Well, that they have to have the experience to begin with, right? So they have to do shit like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So New York
That'd be
City
so badass,
Antifa
dude.
is saying that it's the Proud Boys stabbing people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about
Oh,
that.
Black
shit.
House News says Proud Boys just stabbed 3 people tonight. Well, let me look at the latest here.
Were these Proud Boys
Just
black by chance?
So some gay account saying it's far right violence against protesters. Because, you know, we didn't see all this bullshit. It was Antifa starting shit, and then, you know, we all saw that. So they're already starting with the narrative that we expected, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know how any of you could talk about anything other than Proud Boys stabbing people and beating up black women. There's a place called Black Lives Matter Plaza. Go fuck yourself, faggot.
Why
At
aren't they
least
filming?
Chaz.
Why aren't they filming it?
That's true.
Right?
Yeah,
No,
in the
you're-
days
you're-
in the
we're
days of
showing
fucking
everyone
filming
else's
everything.
cameras. What,
Yeah.
you're telling me you're going to go to a protest without a fucking camera to catch somebody fucking up? You can't do that. You can't.
I mean, it's
fucking do that.
literally
You can't go out to a
impossible.
protest
Everybody's
and say
got
shit's
a camera in their
happening
pocket.
and not film it. Exactly. This shit would be all over the fucking. That's why I doubt. It's not happening. No one's. Only Antifa's stabbing people.
Yeah, but
See,
you know
I'm
what?
saying? Obviously, there's no videos. This Black House News apparently said, won't release my videos immediately on what just happy. 3 stabbed just now. So everybody's to go, oh, it's the Proud Boys stabbing people, which I'm pretty sure that he would have released it right away if that was the case.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They got to build that up, that fucking narrative first.
They gotta let the damage be done. You know, if you put it out, make everybody think that it's that it's one thing. It doesn't even matter when 3 days later you release the actual video, because you've already done the damage. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's already gone and fucking gone up several levels because of it and are reacting accordingly.
Right.
Yeah.
Rusty Shackelford says, I've seen Secret Service in person twice before. They exude, I will kill you, and they wear the sharpest suits you've ever seen. They're freaking slick. You ever seen the Men in Black, though, bro? You know, guys, what if this is interdimensional aliens causing all this havoc? that was a smooth transition, right?
You mean the funny hats?
Funny
That's
hats.
what the funny hats are. They're dimensional fucking beings.
I wanted to say that for the next chat, but yeah, I mean, there's this interdimensional channel that we've been talking about that could possibly be opening up at this very time due to the alignment of the stars and.
Are you joking? Because there kind of is, actually.
I know, you're just going like...
There's
this
like
is all
alignment
true.
of Saturn, Jupiter, and Pluto going on.
Raid
like...
Siren knows. Raid Siren knows.
He's one of them, maybe. Are you one of the interdimensional alien fucks?
Well, I'm Canadian,
He's
so I
at
mean,
the
like...
first-
So, yeah.
I'm halfway there.
Chances
Okay,
are
boys,
yes.
we converted him. He's one of us now. We gave him a nose job, so it's like a Hellboy, how he has to shave down his horns. If you give a Jew a nose job, he's not a Jew anymore. Where all their power comes from is their big nose.
I don't know, because there's a shit ton of them who have had that done, and they're still.
Yeah, true.
We'll give you back your original nose.
Well, no. You see what happens? Yeah. Well, see what happens if a Jewish doctor does the nose job, then the power stays. But if a non-Jewish doctor does it, then the power's taken away, and they can be converted.
It has to be combined with taking skin from the nose and putting it on the end of their penises, reforeskinning them, and removing the nose power. It's a package deal. It's a package deal. It can work though. I've heard it's been done.
See, and like, cause like 27 minutes ago, Andy or however you say his fucking name.
Yep.
I don't speak dog eater, but there was a BLM rider with a knife that got knocked out. You know.
Yeah. And then there's stabbings. Ooh,
and then there's stabbings. Exactly. Like, I really don't think it was the Proud Boys, you know what I mean?
Well, I feel like the Proud Boys would just shoot someone.
Yeah.
They don't seem like the stabbing type,
Yeah, they don't seem like the stabbing.
Yeah, when they bring hand weapons, they tend to bring sticks.
Yeah, like I said, they don't seem like the stabbing type.
Because you can't hang an American flag off a buck knife, right? You can hang it off a stick, though, boy. And then Proud Boys like waving their flags, so that's good, right? Like, it's we kind of know where they're coming from and what they're doing, and it's not randomly stabbing people in alleyways, unlike other groups of people.
Oh, I gotta play this video. Hold on a second. This shit is hilarious.
I hope they find an Antifa member in an alleyway who has the fucking.
Did I lose you guys?
No. Johnny dropped.
Fucking robocall.
Yeah.
I thought it was just everything after that was redacted. I hope they find an Antifa in that.
Damn it.
Yeah, I was getting a phone call. I said I hope they find an Antifa member in an alleyway with a fucking flagpole shoved up his ass.
Well, I mean, he would just do it himself because he probably would enjoy it, so.
No, I mean I mean fucking spit roasted. Like his ass is sticking up in the air. The pole's coming out his mouth and going into the ground or something. It's just the flag is waving.
Well, that's an extreme end to him. I mean, I'm not saying I would shed a tear about it.
Check out this video that Dumpster Truffle posted though. About to play it on stream here. I gotta put on the sound too. This shit looks crazy. Well, maybe there's no sound. Apparently there's no sound, but so Lori Lightfoot there.
Oh shit! Jesus Christ! Whoa!
What happened?
Well, she looks a lot better than she used to. I'll put it that way. I'll say that. She's looking better in this one.
Hey, Lori, you look great.
The eyes, man.
Oh shit.
Oh shit! I gotta find that retweet though. That's good.
Oh, here I'll put it in the chat. I saw that. I was like, oh, I gotta play that. Oh shit.
Oh, I should tell you guys the story last week. I had a customer come in, and he's just so pissed. This is like a 50-year-old man, 50, 40 maybe, and he's fucking pissed because we don't have switches, and because Google says we have switches. I'm like, fucking Google is not who we are, you know? And he's like, I'm gonna kill somebody, and that's when my manager overheard, and he's like, excuse me, sir, we can't have that. And he's just like, well, this is stupid, and you know, kept going on and on until eventually we had to kick him out of the fucking store.
Sir, no Fed posting, please.
I'm gonna kill someone over a switch. Fucking
Jesus Christ. Like an adult.
Yep, and a full grown man.
Jesus Christ.
And he didn't seem like he was on the spectrum. He seemed like he was a normal, functioning human being until he didn't get his switch. Oh my god!
That's how it always goes.
I just saw the post in Twitter. My fucking god!
Yeah,
Oh my
that
goodness.
shit's crazy.
Fucking horrifying.
I mean, she's horrifying to begin with. So.
Yeah, I don't know which is worse or better. I can't tell.
Can't even tell if it's like. There was some effect used. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how much of it. Yeah.
Wait, there's an effect?
Yeah, there's an effect. What? Just the Skeletor nose really nails it.
That face when the crack run was low. Cassandra Fairbanks is apparently saying, I would vote for a fascist at this point. For supporting a hostile takeover either way. Fucking Cassandra Fairbanks fed posting now. Oh, somebody photoshopped, yeah, skull mask on her picture.
Nice. Everybody will be wearing a skull mask after today.
Right?
Uh-huh.
It's on now.
It's fucking uniform now. Sorry, just catching up on the Twitter timeline.
Yeah. Hey, Rusty, it could be a gold golf cart, too. You and Ray could both be right.
Well, I just
they basically are radicalizing everybody, like, you know what I mean? That's been their goal. So
I've just had an insider report that Rusty Shackelford has a solid gold golf cart he drives around. There is a possible probe into corruption. That's all we can report so far.
Based.
Just put that out there for you guys.
You can have anything you want. It's anything you want. What do you want? A gold golf cart. Okay.
Oh, Murray brings up a good point. It says one positive thing you could say about this whole thing, I think, is how many Proud Boys have been arrested today. And so far, I've only seen the Noggins get arrested. So.
Yep. Well,
at some point, I missed.
Sorry, I want to say 90% of the
Mike
Proud Boys you
Niagara
look at.
Oh wait, no, I guess I did.
They're built like brick shit houses. Fucking Proud Boys.
Yeah.
So
it's like if I was a police officer, it's like, can you please come with me? I really don't want to get crushed by you.
Murray also says police aren't protecting the MAGA folks, but it doesn't seem like they're protecting Antifa either. And that's interesting because Walrus, I just remember you saying something about that the other night, about how that's where they want us, is like further and further divided, so that eventually,
They probably have orders
reaches
to stand
that
down
point.
because they want the violence, they want the
I
chaos.
was about to say, do you think that everybody's far enough to their respective sides now that this could be like a dry run or like a start of it? Like they're like, hey, just stand back at this point. Let's let them go.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, everyone in their houses are just like, these fucking people are crazy.
Just sitting back with some popcorn.
Yeah, watch the fire.
Fuck, I want some kettle corn now. I'm fucking starving.
I think some of the best clips were just from sitting at home watching the Kyle Rittenhouse. The one really cool one was the foot on fire, and he's just running out of the flames and feet on fire.
That was fucking hilarious.
Oh, that was awesome. And it was meme to hell. There's so many different remixes of it.
I felt really bad because there's people in those areas who are, good people and just trying to mind their own business, and they're getting their businesses destroyed and all that shit. So I had a certain amount of like, sympathy, and it wasn't just like like it's a big fucking joke, but watching the Democrats' pets destroy their Democrat cities was pretty fucking, like, the Schadenfreude was nice.
Yeah. Yeah, because they did it all in black neighborhoods too, so it's like
And they did it to themselves, like, you know, and like the Antifa dudes who were like self-owning themselves on a regular basis, and the whole the Chaz, where it's like all of a sudden they have
city,
like.
Or
All of a sudden, they have a rape and murder crisis. Like you declared your independence 24 hours ago, and now you got a jogger problem.
Yeah, it happened like instantaneously.
Dude, life comes at you fast.
Didn't someone get shot? Yeah, didn't someone get shot there? And when the police went to go investigate, they're like, "There's nothing we can do. All the evidence has been tampered with. Everyone fucked with it. There's absolutely no way we're gonna catch the fucking person now because there was so much evidence tampering. So many people were in the crime scene."
This is the retarded part is they're burning down the police precinct and then complaining when it takes the police so long to get there.
Yep.
It's like, you guys chase the police out, and they're like, "Why won't you come and help us?"
Right.
It's like, I thought you didn't
act
need
like
the police.
they can make demands. Oh, you can come in, but you can only go grab him and blah blah.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
And then they're just like, fucking, the idea to like completely get rid of the police or abolish the police or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
It's you have to have a very, very small fucking mind to not understand. Like, the thing is, if I murder someone, the fucking police are going to go to that person's house, swab every single fucking surface they can, everything. They're going to find a stray hair that doesn't belong to anyone in the house, keep that in evidence for 20 years, and then, you did something that's similar to this case from 20 years ago. You know what? I'm going to check this DNA on this hair. Oh, we got him. They're going to keep doing that for the next however fucking long. That's police work for you. Whereas, okay, so what's going to happen? Some guy's going to show up to your door. Yeah, did you see who did it? Well, I can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Goodbye. Community policing, great job.
They're gonna send a therapist.
Yeah.
How many of those do you think
about
are
getting
get
shot? And how did getting shot make you feel?
Hello. My name is Billy, and I'll be your therapist for the evening. Like,
dismember. What are you talking about? Animal dismembered bodies in suitcases.
What year? Where?
Animal saying in D-Live.
Oh, yeah.
Chop.
In
Do y'all
Chop,
remember dismembered bodies in suitcases?
I don't remember that. That was in the jazz thing?
Yeah, it was the Chop or the other version
It
of
was
the
Chaz,
Chaz.
and then they changed it to Chop because they figured out, oh wait, if we call ourselves an autonomous zone, then that's,
I think I read that
legally
on
a
a
problem.
Forge post or something. I think I remember reading it, and then also seeing like a little audio clip of the police responder about like, we found a suitcase containing
wasn't around
dismembered
that
bodies
time they were finding they were washing up on shore and shit. Like,
Yep.
they were dumping
Oh
them in
shit!
the-
That's
in
what
the
that was
ocean.
from. Oh.
So yeah, some dumb teenager found the first case.
Yeah.
What's this? Open up.
that. Well, yeah. They were like, "What's that smell?" Like,
I don't think luggages are supposed to be bleeding.
No. No, it's funny. Now I've never dealt with a dead human, but I've come across enough dead animals in my life. Like, I spent a lot of the time of my childhood out in the woods and stuff. And
Smell's not too far off. Yeah.
well, I would assume it was pretty much the same thing. But once you smell that, you can't forget it.
Oh yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
burned in your mind.
And like I've been in. I remember this is years and years ago. I smelt something in my house. My ex had smelt it. I had come home, and she was like, "Oh, there's a weird smell. What is it?" And I was like, "Oh, that's a dead mouse." And she's like, "How do you know?"
Because I know
Like,
what
because
that
it
smells like.
smells
Yeah.
exactly like a decomposing body is why. Like
Yeah.
I know exactly what it is. Like, it was just, I didn't even think. It was just like, boom, that's decomposing. That's nasty shit, dude.
It's one of those smells that you can't get rid of. Like, you smell it once, you will smell it. You'll be like, "That's a body."
You guys, this was like, oh fuck, this was over 20 years ago. There was an airplane crashed off the coast of Nova Scotia. and everybody died. About 20, like an airliner, like a full size, like fucking 727.
I don't know why I laughed at that. I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry.
Well, no, I talked to some of the people who were. I talked
Crash.
I talked to a couple of people who were involved in the cleanup, and they were taking like cube vans with like 16 or 20-foot boxes on them and putting they put the remains in bags and put them in the back. When they were done, they burnt all the truck boxes.
Oof. Yep. It's not even worth cleaning those.
No, it was they
I'm
stank
sorry.
so
So
bad.
you were talking about something about bodies. I had my mic muted on accident, and I was looking at titties on Twitter, so I wasn't paying attention to what you were saying.
Speaking of bodies, I like boobs.
Yeah.
I was just saying the smell of something, the smell of a decomposing body of some type is.
Well, you said some teenager found something. What did he find?
Yeah, there was a video of it. They found a suitcase with a body in it on Wash Up. I'm sure you guys tell the story because.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember that. Yeah.
But there was like a few of them. I think it was just the first one. They found like 4 or 5 of them or something.
But what amazed me about that video is none of those people recognized that smell. None of them had any idea what that smell was.
Yeah.
It's like it's gross. It's wrong. It's something we don't recognize. But maybe we should just keep filming ourselves poking around this fucking. Human-sized fucking luggage case.
Right.
You know someone has a lot of privilege when they can't even recognize the smell of decomposition.
Yep.
Like their life, like everyone should know what a dead animal smells like.
Yep.
Ooh, Horo
the fact
says
that you've never smelled that in your entire life is just wrong.
Horo says he saw the remains of a family who got hit by a train. That had to be fucking intense.
Oh shit.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's nasty.
My uncle used to do. He wasn't a truck driver. He had one of those big rigs that towed.
This was a hauler.
Big rigs.
Yeah, like a wrecker.
It was a big fucking. Yeah, it was a big fucking hauler. Apparently, it's like he had one of 10 that only existed in Canada. Like, there's only 10 of them. These big fucking ones. And if there's a crash in Toronto, sometimes he will be called from Montreal to go to Toronto.
Oh wow,
something like that. Yeah, and he was always showing me pictures. Sometimes they were funny because it was like a McDonald's truck would crash and there's all the fucking patties everywhere. Or the worst ones were like what the trucker does to another fucking car. Like turns it into a fucking ball of tinfoil, pretty much. And it's like there's a fucking body in there, and he would like show the before and after them trying to take the body out. It's nothing but like jam inside. Fucking jam.
They don't even put airbags in the trucks because you could hit a car at like 70 miles an hour and you're gonna probably come out okay.
Yeah.
You don't need airbags. You just need a seatbelt.
Right.
But everyone in the car is gonna be dead.
Yeah, he was telling me like in those cases they just try to find a wallet. They just try to and hope to God to find a wallet somewhere. Because they can register the car and find out who's there, but it's still just a pile of mush. You don't know, right?
Hopefully they can find like a tooth or a couple teeth or something too, or something. You know,
like something to put in the casket. Jeez.
Well, no, it's just something to recognize the body. Like, yes, this was in fact so and so, but it's fucked
identify
up.
the body.
Yeah, and it was always a hassle for him because sometimes he would have to wait for the crime scene to clean up, or not the crime scene, but the cleanup crew to actually do their job before he could tow anything, and he would just sit there for like an hour, 2 hours, just like, you know what, I'm taking a picture of this, fuck it.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Keep that for posterity.
Like you said. Yeah. Well, like you said, if you haven't smelled or dealt with that kind of situation in your life, well, not like personally, but or seen it firsthand, or know someone, then you are pretty sheltered, I would say.
Yeah.
Not being able. Fucking.
If you've never smelled
some of these people,
something dead and rotting, like it's
or
a
even
very distinctive smell.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know how would you never smell like rancid meat? You know what I mean? Like something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Haven't you ever left meat in your fridge for too long? It's almost like that, but a little worse.
It's worse, but but it's the same scent. It's just not as strong. Yeah. What are your thoughts on the possible reasons why the commies want to destabilize the U.S., Otter? I got some thoughts on that too.
Is he muted? Did he mute himself?
No, he's in the chat. He's not on here.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
So, you want to come on, Otter?
Otter friend.
That'd be cool. I've never heard Otter talk. Like you're weird hearing you guys speaking though. Like I'm getting used to it now, but it's weird putting a voice to a
To a frog.
Yeah.
yeah. Or a retarded child Abby.
Oh, Jesus. But yeah, 'cause I think it has, like, because they're talking about the Club of Rome and all that shit and fucking the World Economic Forum and talk about this great reset. And so they need in order to do it, they need the whole U.S. to fall apart, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard of that, the Great Reset. Do you mind explaining that to me? The Great Reset?
Well, I can tell you what they say about it. Well, that's where they come up with that. You've seen that shit where they're talking about, like, oh, in 10 years, I won't own anything, but I've never been happier in my life, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, that shit, yeah.
Yeah, coming out of the World Economic Forum, I believe.
Yeah.
The whole I'll live in a pod and eat some bugs kind of thing.
Yeah.
Fuck
Which
yeah.
that's pretty much like they do what the
Yeah,
Club of
bugs.
Rome sets their policies, and then the World Economic Forum is like who how they implement it.
To be honest, I'd be fine living anywhere, just so long as it has fucking a septic tank with running water. Holy shit.
And beer. Beer, too.
And beer, too.
As long as it's beer.
Oh,
Like
And
you said,
bugs.
And bugs and a pod.
As long as I got my bugs, man, I'm set. We're good.
Well, no, you see those people with those tiny houses, and they're like, I've got an incinerator toilet. And it's like, holy fuck, that seems like so much goddamn work. All I have to do is shit in a fucking bucket of water and flush it. That's
I thought those were those Listerine fucking strips that you tagged me in, Johnny. So I like made a comment that, and then I saw it. That's not what it is. So I got a whole different reply for that. I had to delete that one. And I got a whole different reply for that.
You fucking retard. Fucking retard. That's their Listerine strips.
They look like Listerine strips. What?
It literally says Durex on the fucking box. Fucking troglodyte.
Well, because I didn't look at it that hard. You know, I am kind of in the middle of a show.
walks up to some ladies. Ladies, do you want a fresh breath? Just start handing them one.
And I got the perfect response for that. It's better than the original response to what I thought it was. Now I just gotta find it.
My God, that is small.
Oh, dude.
That's
Dude,
what she
Horo in the chat says hotels in DC are refusing people who were in the march.
Really? So they,
On both sides,
I know
though?
that. I
On
know
both
that
sides?
Airbnb
probably because they want the shit to get the fan
On the
you know?
street.
Yeah, they want everybody out there, you know, with each other.
I saw a thing about Airbnb and
Yeah,
you know,
they were
the
like
Proud Boys,
refusing people.
And Airbnb actually responded to that Twitter feed or that Twitter
Yeah, they
thing. You know what I'm talking about.
Where they had
The Twitter
canceled his
tweet, yeah.
where they had canceled his fucking thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
and
was,
they banned it.
and it was kind of funny because the lefty replies were like, "Good, they're a terrorist organization. They've been classified as a terrorist organization." And as soon as somebody fucking started putting that up, it's like, "Oh yeah, who said that? Who called them?"
Yeah.
Oh, it was the SPLC. What was that? The ADL, the SPLC. Who are these? What are these groups that you're talking about? Tell us more about them.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, so a certain ethnic organization has declared them that, but not the government, not the yeah, okay, guys. But I love it whenever they have to say that.
I like how they're called. I like how they're called the Anti-Defamation League, yet they're
they
not
do.
afraid to. Yeah, well, exactly. Everything they do is literal defamation of character.
Everybody know where.
So
Everybody
fucking
know where.
stupid.
Everybody know
We
where
call
the
that chutzpah.
Everybody know where the Anti-Defamation League came from, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Israel.
Like
No, it came from
Oh.
Atlanta, actually.
a
Pedophile.
yeah, they were protecting one of their own from doing what they usually do.
Yep.
Trying to blame it on a black guy.
Yep. Yep.
Well, I like to go
And
to their.
That
I like
was
to go to their
back
website.
when our people would stand up for themselves and shit,
Fucking right.
and not let motherfuckers get away with it because he got arrested and he beat it in court. But as soon as he got out, they strung him up. Fucking, they were waiting for him to walk out of the jailhouse.
I do like going to their website just to see their hate symbol database because it's so they're so stupid. It's
I
like
know,
100%.
It's funny
That's
to laugh
racist.
at.
The number 12, the number 13, that's racist. The
Yeah.
word,
Most numbers.
every word is fucking racist.
Dude,
Like,
it'd be
fuck.
like I
The
would
letter
see-
N.
The
Yeah.
oh my god, anti-Antifa flags. Those are racist.
One of my Twitter accounts made their list one time. I was quite proud of that.
Based.
Right?
Yeah, I would love to be scrolling through their hate list and just see Simon Birch.
A picture of trucker friend.
Right. Semi trucks are fucking racist.
Especially driven by frogs.
Racist on the internet use pictures of young
Yep.
Simon Birch.
Cute fluffy animals are racist because they're posted by the what was it, the alt-right troll, or no, what was that, the alt-right orc Wally.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that one pissed me
Look at
off.
it, and it's
Alt
like,
right shit
dude.
posting orc account.
orc,
yeah.
yeah, it's like the most pleasant, nicest guy on the internet ever. Like the only guy who hasn't told anybody to fuck off ever.
Yeah.
Somebody says something mean to Wally and he posts a cute fucking animal.
Right.
It's just like,
He won't even say like a curse word. He says like
No.
S word or F word. You know?
I know.
Oh, I love this. Pit bulls, they're racist. Just because a lot of white supremacists own those dogs, so they're automatically racist. So
Oh, yeah,
pit bulls
because-
in general, racist.
We thought it was because we compared black people to pit bulls.
Yeah, because of their inherent violent
Violent
tendencies.
I was gonna say
Their aggression, yeah.
the
See, they
vast
have-
majority of the sorry.
No, they just have some different response on their website. So either they're
Oh.
just disconnected, they have no idea.
They don't even know
They
why
don't-
it's
They don't
racist.
even know.
they only know what to post as being racist, what we tell them to post.
Right.
Yeah,
Bro,
right
that's
here, their definition is
hilarious.
pit bulls are the favorite dogs of many white supremacists because they are perceived as savage fighters. One particular pit bull graphic has become common white supremacist symbol.
Really? Because I've seen more black people with pit bulls than I've seen white
I
people
was
with
gonna
pit
say
bulls.
that. You know, white people are kind of more likely to have like a German Shepherd or a Doberman
Yeah,
or something.
or a
Like
Beagle.
more intelligent. A Beagle. Now,
Oh, dachshunds.
yeah, those are vicious attack dogs and the symbol of white supremacy. Absolutely.
I want to read this. Murray Cohen had sent me. Speaking of the ADL, because it started because of Leo Frank.
Yep.
Yeah, that was the guy. And from his trial, here's I'm gonna have to redact a word or two, but there's some of the court logs from his trial. It says, Luther Rosser followed his defense colleague with an even more venomous and undeniably racist attack on the prosecution's chief witness, which was the black guy, right? So Rosser told jurors, Conley is a plain, beastly, drunken, filthy, lying, redacted, with a spreading nose through which probably tons of cocaine have been sniffed. The prosecution tutored Conley and tried to make him look like a respectable redacted, but the jurors shouldn't allow themselves to be fooled by a trained parrot. He concluded by telling jurors that if they believe John Conley, it will be a shame on this great city. And then, of course,
Amazing.
But then, of course, I mean, there was a ton of other evidence, too. Like, there's pretty much no doubt that Leo Frank did it. You
But,
know what
hey,
I mean?
We know the ethnicity of that lawyer, and yet this would be used as another. Look how mean and disrespectful white people were to poor blacks back in the day. Look how they treated that guy. Oh, that's awful. And then you go, let's just Google early life on that lawyer who wrote that.
But yeah, he was trying to blame the black guy who actually found the body, you know.
Yeah.
And
yeah, and now we've got wait. Oh, they're trying to defame us.
yeah, then they tried to say, oh, they blamed him because he was Jewish. Like they wouldn't have blamed the black guy in Atlanta.
Yeah, exactly.
At the time,
exactly.
You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
that was like what 1890 or something like that, 1900 somewhere around there.
Well, I read an article. That said anti-Semitism is a disease and it can be caught. So I mean, it could have been spreading, and then they had to put you have to get on it right there and make sure.
They got a vaccine for that now.
Oh God, it's like
they have
like
a final
that,
solution for it.
It was like that CNN clip with the Sesame Street characters and the black, like 5-year-old, 6-year-old. I want, holy fuck, we've already done this. We've been there. It doesn't work.
Interesting. The whole lobotomy push there. That fellow had an interesting name. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head, but it. I would have Googled early life on that guy. Fellow went around sticking friggin' chopsticks into people's brains and disconnecting their frontal lobes.
Yep, swirling it around a bit. You're normal. I don't know about
look
that.
That up again. Hold on.
But yeah,
it's
and
amazing.
all of course, CNN would be clapping for that, like, oh, like, good job, kid. Yeah, fuck you. No, I don't want that kid operating on anyone.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
As you can see, we gave him a frontal lobe lobotomy, and while we were at it, we also removed his penis and testicles.
He's now a eunuch.
A brain dead eunuch.
He is now cured of his toxic masculinity.
Well, here's something based. 74% of lobotomies in Ontario from 48 to 52 were performed on women. So I mean, like, it's not all bad. Sorry, that was just a joke. I don't believe.
Well, yeah, I know. It's because 90%, like a lot of them went to those hospitals because they were sad or depressed, which is a common thing for women, especially. And the male doctors were just like, take a stake right to the brain. Look at that, you're fixed.
Yeah. John F. Kennedy's sister was. She had to get a lobotomy because she wouldn't stop masturbating at the dinner table.
Oh yeah, that's true.
It's fucked up, but I mean, it's just because she was retarded.
Yeah.
She was retarded and didn't know better.
Yeah. She didn't need a lobotomy. She didn't need a lobotomy, but she obviously needed to be.
She needed a pair of mittens, bro.
Yeah, a helmet, mittens, maybe the collar.
It's better than what they did in the 1800s. You know what they did in the 1800s?
You're officially John F. Ketamine now, though. You know that, right?
Just cut off their hands.
No, they cut off the fun bits, and that's not based. Yeah, that's not based. Yeah, that's not based.
You get into this kind of this tricky bounce. What do you do about somebody who's mentally incompetent? Right, like it is a tricky conversation, right?
It really depends on what level of mental incompetence, you know.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, like,
are they running around in a Superman cape going, "I love Batman," or are they fucking in a wheelchair chewing on their elbow?
Yeah.
Literally or are spitting and shitting themselves.
Are they of mice and minning people?
Yeah,
exactly, right.
And killing them. Yeah, no, or they keep masturbating. Is your child masturbating in public?
I like the rabbits, George.
I like the rabbit. Tell me about the web. Bang! It's like
BRB bathroom.
Fucking movie. It was a sad fucking the one with what was it, Gary Sinise and what's his fucking face?
Oh shit!
John Malkovich.
Yeah.
so fucking sad because he doesn't know any better, and it's like so because he kills the puppy, and he's so sad that the puppy's dead, but he doesn't like realize it's because he hugged it too tight. Then he kills the woman, and like Gary Sinise has to like kill the only friend he has because he knows like if those people get a hold of him, they're gonna like torture him. So he just like kills him out of mercy so that they don't have to like so that he doesn't have to like be in pain. It's so
my
fucked
teacher was
up,
a
dude.
dick though, and he was just like, imagine he missed the first shot.
Oh
yeah.
What was that? Nothing, George. Nothing. Just keep looking at the rabbits.
Then it shows him on the train, and he's riding the train all by himself because he killed his friend. It's so fucked up.
Yep.
Yeah, but that's the burden of manhood, right?
Yeah.
You
just try to do we try to do the best we can.
Responsibility. You have to take that responsibility.
Right?
I always make the joke about like one of my most tweeted things ever was retweeting people with "This is what happens when you let women vote," and but there's a reason for it, and I don't mean it as any kind of like denigration of women, right? Like I think we have to treat women well. We have to treat them as as important, if not more important than us. I mean, biologically, they're more important than we are. We're more expendable than them. But they can't handle certain burdens, and we take it for them.
Yeah.
Right? Because if you leave it up to women, their natural tendency is to say, no, you can't execute that guy. I mean, you got to give him a chance. And the poor boy, like, look at him. And then he's like, yeah, but he just killed fucking 2 children. We got to fucking, you have to execute him. And that's the burden of being a man. And it's being, beaten out of us from a very young age to no, you can't do that. That's a patriarchy. That's racism. That's this. That's that. It's that. It's like, yeah, you know what? It is a tricky shit. All those things are tricky.
It's why we It's like we take that burden, put it on our shoulders. That's the point. It's like fucking it's difficult. We're gonna do it though. The job of a man
is to make the right choices in life.
Exactly.
And to make the right decision.
And the hard decisions.
Yeah.
And we have to live with it. We have to carry that to our grave.
Because once again, this is a simplistic view of it, but think about it this way: you're in a situation. There's 2 cars crashed on the highway, and you pull over. You see both cars, and they're both on fire. And there's a person in each car. You can only save one. And this is where the biological development of our brains differs between men and women, and why we end up with these kind of roles that we have in society. Because it's not that no women can make a decision. That's not the point. But, and my God, find a man nowadays who can make a decision. Like, it's fucking ridiculous. But we were designed to be like this, and then we were trained by our society to accentuate those points. That the man looks at it, makes a decision, and if he's wrong, he lives with it for the rest of his fucking life. But he makes the decision. Where the woman is naturally not. Once again, not saying they can't make a decision or that they can't be even trained by society to be more decisive and things like this. But the woman is more likely to let them both burn because she can't make a decision.
Bro, ask a girl where she wants to eat.
Exactly.
Yeah, Jorge just posted a thing. Dude says, there it is. Sources inside DC Police Department tell me they're losing control and about to call Broken Arrow, which is a call for reinforcements. All DC cops are working already. National Guard.
I haven't heard that term in so long, Broken Arrow.
I remember that from We Were Soldiers when they call him the fucking Broken Arrow. Like fucking F-100 Super Sabres come in and drop a shit ton of napalm on the gooks.
Didn't you see that movie?
Yeah, it's such a good fucking movie.
I'm only saying this because I said this earlier, but did you see that Christian Slater movie?
No, that was like an hour ago too. So like, that shit's about to go down for sure.
Oh fuck. Well, yeah.
I hope they go for Antifa and not the good guys.
I knew it was inevitable, but yeah, shit. We'll see how it unfolds, I guess.
Yep.
Oh, looking at
Trump
Trucker
can always
Friends
order them to
timeline.
stand down too, can he?
Yeah. I mean, hasn't he been doing that?
Yeah.
And most of the states going, no, we don't need your help. And it's like, okay, fucking, they're there if you need them.
Okay, I don't know when you posted this, but that if you talked about this, I completely fucking missed it. But the Angela
I posted
Stanton
in the chat.
the Angela Stanton King thing. I won't read it. Don't worry. But that's funny as shit.
But it is hilarious. Yeah. Well, I posted it because I wanted to talk about it, and then I got distracted by something else. This is funny. This is Angela Stanton King, U.S. House candidate, Georgia 5, who's black.
Dude, and a blue
posted
check
that.
mark.
I heard they had a peaceful protest in Washington, D.C. until Redacted showed up.
Trucker word.
It's all fun.
I'm not
and
going to
games.
honk right now because I'm in a parking lot and everyone's asleep. So
Yeah, that might be. That might be a little something. Someone was asking how the MAGA March went. I was like, how'd the MAGA March go? I missed it all. Somebody replied, 6 million people died.
6 million dead.
Never forget the 6 million people who died.
it was 65 million, you fucking anti-Semite.
This is just like the Crystal Knock. This is terrifying.
This is awful.
We're all gonna have to leave America now. Please, yes,
Good,
please,
please, for the love of God, leave.
I think I said something to this effect earlier, but at Hulk Hogan had tweeted, not saying Proud Boys are our guys, but respect for them going out and fucking up commies tonight in DC. And I think I agree with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And
like I'd never go out there, but you know what? I can at least respect them for going out there and challenging these commies because the police aren't doing it, the fucking people aren't doing it, nobody's doing it. So,
and if they manage to go this many hours without having a Fed posting incident, I'm pretty proud of them.
Which is, I usually don't see them as much as Fed posters so much. But
no, but I mean, something could have happened tonight. Like this.
Oh
would
yeah.
be the
Oh,
night.
for sure.
If it was gonna happen, this would be the time we're like, dude, oh shit, we don't need this.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You guys want to hear a joke to lighten the mood?
Sure. Yeah.
Oh.
Sure. So this, do you guys know who Bob Einstein is?
No.
A Jew?
Super Dave Osborne. Yeah, he's a Jew, but this is a pretty good joke. You got to admit. So anyway, you got
Okay.
you got four guys sitting on a park. You got 4 guys sitting on a park bench. A black guy, a Jewish guy, or sorry, 3 guys. You got a black guy, a Jewish guy, and a white supremacist sitting on a park bench, right?
Never forget the one guy on the bench who was showing. Oh.
Yeah. No. Anyway, so
there was 6 million
they're
people
all
on
sitting-
that bench. What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
Let me finish the fucking joke, goddammit. Goddamn. So they're just sitting there, right, minding their own business somehow. They're not arguing. All of a sudden, one guy picks up a lamp, rubs the lamp, a genie pops out. And the genie says, "Oh, Jesus Christ, I've been in there for 2,000 years. I'll give you any wish you want, any wish at all, each one of you." So the black guy says, "Any wish at all?" The genie's like, "Absolutely, my friend. I'll give you anything you want." He says, "I want all the black people in America to move to Africa, to live in peace and harmony in the beautiful plains of that country." And he says, "Done, got it." The black guy disappears. Then the genie moves on to the Jewish guy, and he says, "What do you want?" And he says, "I want all the Jews in America and the world to live in peace and harmony in the beautiful land of Israel." He says, "Boom, done, got it." So the Jew disappears. All the Jews go to Israel.
I know.
So he moves to the white. So he moves to the white supremacist, and he says, "Sir, what do you want?" He says, let me get this straight. All the blacks are in Africa, and all the Jews are back in Israel." He says, "That's right. That's right." He says, "I'll take a Diet Coke."
I'll take it, yeah.
You already gave it to me, buddy.
I've heard it slightly
everything he wanted has already been done. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
But yeah.
That could work with just a regular white guy too.
Yeah, I always heard it a black guy, a Mexican guy, and a redneck. But
yeah.
And the redneck says, "They can all have a beer."
Yeah, I'll have a beer. It's a good fucking joke, though.
Hey, that reminded me of a joke. If you don't mind.
So apparently, the stabbing.
Oh,
getting
no,
getting
let him tell a joke. Let him tell a joke.
No, I want to give the news update first.
All right.
Jokes
So apparently, the stabbing was like vastly overrated, to say the least.
Yeah.
Like a scratch on her ear, one of these stabbings.
Oh my fucking god.
Hey, never forget the 6 million ears that were stabbed to
The 6 million ears that got pierced.
Give me a second, and I'll put it on the screen here.
Oy vey. Oy vey.
Nice lady. It's funny, in kids' cartoons back in the day, they used to throw that shit out even to the fucking 90s, and I didn't know what it meant.
Right. Yeah.
They'd have the character, the Jerry Lee Lewis, or the Jerry Lewis character come on. "Oh, nice lady, come on, try on these shoes." And I'm like, what is that crazy dude? It sounds like that. Oh.
So yeah, check out this this super bad stabbing that everybody's all up in arms about over here.
Oh, is that the picture? The one that's in Fren Report Live?
Yeah.
That's not a stab. The bitch lost her earring.
Right?
Yeah.
That's the stabbing. Oh, look.
I'm surprised.
It really looks like
I'm awful surprised
it
she's
literally
got
looks
one
like
of those
someone
giant
ripped out her
plugs in
earring.
her ears.
Yeah.
One of those big loops in her fucking ears.
I fucking remember those in high school. Fuck. My buddy pranked me and he was just like, "Smell this." And I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like,
"Oh, fuck.
It's the fucking worst. It's the fucking worst.
Yeah.
Stretched skin is the worst smell in the world. And now I know what that smell is that fucking trannies are complaining about, though. It's that smell.
Oh, you didn't need to say that.
We didn't need to
Dude, just finger your belly button and sniff your finger, dude. Or scratch your ass and sniff your hand. It's the same fucking smell.
Yeah.
It's fucking bacteria, dude.
I wash my belly
bacteria.
button. Not so much my ass, because I'm a white person. We don't wash our asses, as the Kangs have told us.
I heard we smell like hot dog water.
If a black guy tells you something, don't just take it with a grain of salt, all right?
Dude,
because it's probably bullshit. Just wash your ass.
There's this great video. I just wish I'd fucking. I wish I'd kept or downloaded. I don't know what happened.
It was you walk into a room and just stinks of ass.
It was some sort of a refugee migrant invader in Italy, and he's at this public fountain, and he drops his drawers right in the middle of the fucking road, and he's fucking washing his ass with this water that's pouring out of this fountain thing, and then he takes a handful with the same hand, like nothing, no soap, nothing, and then he takes drinks, and then goes back to washing his fucking ass. It's just like, oh yeah, these are the people.
One before the other, you fucking idiot. Jesus.
Right.
These are the people who taught us.
Well, every time I see him talking about like white people don't be washing their ass and all that shit,
I'm surprised they don't. I'm surprised they don't nab that guy. Oh yeah, sorry.
Right. Well, every time I hear him say that, I always post a picture of the African sitting there taking a shower in the yak piss.
Yeah. I have a great one I found of some East Indians sitting in the banks of whatever river, and it's just
the Blue
like
Beach.
There's just like dead shit floating around in it and garbage, and it's just like absolutely repulsive. And one of them has like his head under the water. So anytime one of these people would say, "Oh, you people are disgusting," I just be like, "Oh, you're absolutely right. I wish we could be as clean as you." Boom. Oh, that's just racist. And I'm like, dude, I got like fucking 300 of these fucking pictures. Just so I don't actually I have to communicate. I just go, "Oh yeah, you're right. Absolutely." Boom. There you go. Boom. There you go.
Yeah.
It's always the same people. They have the same look. I don't know what it is. It's weird.
Right. Oh yeah, the Indians they bathe in the Ganges River. They shit in the Ganges River. They cremate their
cooking
dead,
oil.
but
The cooking oil.
Yeah. They cremate.
Dude,
oh,
the Chinese
sewer
gutter oil.
Oil. Oh, the gutter oil. Oh.
I'm gonna throw this.
Hey, base pee pee poo poo number 3 has joined the chat. Welcome, base pee pee poo poo. We believe you have come to the right place.
Apparently, based pee pee poo poo 1 and 2 were already taken.
Right.
But maybe even more based, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm putting this. My favorite picture into the group chat for the Fren report here. Just have a look at this, dudes, and tell me what you think of that. Look at the guy with his head under the water. Look at the guy, dude. Look at the guy with his head under.
Oh yeah, dude.
I'm sorry, anybody listening can't see this, but
oh my God.
you don't know what you're missing. It's beauty. It's high culture. It's where we stole all our technology from.
They're about to see it.
Oh no, dude!
Look at the. That's a world superpower you're looking at right there.
Right?
Yeah, dude.
They'll be on the moon by 2025, right?
Yep.
Dude, remember the countdown? That was amazing.
Oh fuck!
It's like 14 days till it becomes a superpower.
14
I remember
days.
that.
It was by 2020.
Yeah.
12
yeah,
more
I
days.
remember that.
Boom! They did it. They did it.
Oh, that shit was hilarious.
Okay, do you want to hear the joke or not? I won't tell it if you don't want to. Yeah?
I always want to hear a joke.
Okay. This Jewish lady takes her son to the beach, and he goes out swimming, and he gets caught by the undertow and dragged out. And so, oh my son, oh he's drowning. So the lifeguard jumps off his thing, runs out, grabs his gear, runs out, and he swims out. He gets washed back. He swims out. He gets washed back. He almost drowns. He can't get to the poor boy. And the boy's still there. Oh, save me, save me. So they try to get it with a pontoon boat. They hop in one of the Zodiacs. They go out there, and the fucking Zodiac gets knocked over by the waves, and the rescuers almost get drowned. So finally, they call in a helicopter. They bring in the helicopter. The guy rappels down the rope, dives in with the diving gear, gets the son, swims him to shore. He's not breathing. They do CPR. They revive the poor kid, and they go, "Here you go, lady. We've saved your son. He's gonna be okay." And the Jewish lady goes, he had a hat when he went in there.
Oh God. Well, yeah, I got the.
Hey Walrus, I saw the response you gave to the fucking tiny condom. It was funny.
I haven't watched River Monsters in so long. But yeah, I think I know the episode you're talking about where he's
that open so I can.
He was fishing for something in the Ganges River, and he was just pulling up. There was a lot of trash, a lot of fucking trash. And it's like if something lives in there, it's not a happy creature.
Yeah, seriously, look at that fucking picture for a second. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I think this is only like the 7th episode, so we don't have OBS set up. I think you got to get OBS set up to show like stuff in pictures and clips.
That's what I've been doing.
You have?
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's somebody in chat that's like, "Oh, we want to see the pictures."
I put it up there. That's why Otter Friend's like, yuck. Because I put it up.
There you go.
I've been playing clips all night. You guys can't hear it because I haven't figured out how to pipe the sound and zoom from there yet.
Oh, okay.
But there's a way to do it, but I haven't quite figured it out yet.
Oh, you know why? You know why I can't see it? Because I paused D Live, so I'm not sucking all my bandwidth. That's fucking.
That's why
probably
you couldn't see it. Yeah, because I had to pick up and everything. And...
Yeah, I was just looking at chat. Chat's the most important.
Yeah.
Because that's how you get your shadows.
All right, I'm about to hop out of here. I gotta work early.
Yep.
Yeah, I gotta get rolling too, boys.
I think it's about that time.
Take it easy.
Yeah, it's probably about that time. I'm probably about to shut her down.
Yeah, I gotta go to sleep soon.
What?
Take it easy, gentlemen.
Oh, it's almost 5 a.m. here.
Take care, Kay.
I should probably hop on out myself.
Yep,
but,
thanks very much for having me again.
Thanks everybody for showing up.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
good night, everybody.
Thanks for having us, as always.
We'll see you all on the same bad time, same bad channel.
Sounds
I'm
good.
gonna go ahead and do these, do this chest here in just a second.
Who's gonna be the big winner?
Right. Give it a minute because there's the delay, so the people in the chat can hear that I'm gonna do it and get prepared.
Oh, I gotta.
Thanks everyone in chat for joining as well. All 21 people.
Right.
Yeah. You guys make it. You make it worthwhile.
Yeah, and I'm slowly getting the hang of this OBS or Streamlabs OBS. I fixed the. Apparently, nobody followed us on YouTube today. Oh, I probably wasn't supposed to call it that while I'm on there, but oh well.
Is that not what it's called?
While I'm on it, I don't think I should call it that.
I mean, how are you supposed to pronounce it?
Well, what I noticed was pretty cool. If you type in "friend report" into Google, you're the first results, which is pretty good.
Nice.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
Nice.
So you can just tell people, Google friend report.
Here, I'm gonna add some to this.
No, dude, I got some black cowboy here. What the fuck?
Yeah, I saw we got up to like number 6 last night on D Live's front page. That was pretty cool. Too.
Yeah, that was cool.
Sweet.
Getting some attention, and we didn't even have that. We didn't even have that many people last night either. So
yeah, I think it was like low 20s.
Will I win some shekels?
Yeah.
It's a high quality crowd though.
We've been higher. We had like 60 something one night. Saturday's kind of slow usually on here, I noticed, but I guess people, and probably we got a lot of friends at the march and shit too, I bet. So.
Oh, Murray.
Yeah.
All right. Murray got Murray number 1 with
there.
the 8.1. Otter Friend with 5. Mark got 3.9. And Raid Siren with 3.3.
Not bad.
Sweet.
Yeah,
Right.
Animal joined specifically to watch us.
Hey, cool.
Based.
Because he was over on YouTube and then...
I do like D Live just for the emotes. Just emotes alone.
Yeah.
Are
The
just
emotes.
I think it's
fantastic.
better, you know.
And when I get kicked off of YouTube, I'll still have D-Live, so
Yeah.
Right.
that's good.
It'll be interesting. It will be interesting to see how long you'll last on YouTube. I think the biggest factor is going to be number of people watching on YouTube.
Yeah. Actually, more
because-
people watch me live at least on D-Live, so...
But like, you can get away with a lot of shit if nobody's paying attention. But it's we were talking about this the other day too. You hit a certain follower count and boom, they come down on you hard.
Yeah. I got 111 right now.
Someone on YouTube's
Pretty
like,
good
yeah,
number.
they're not going any higher.
Right. Yeah. Let's see, 29 views for the one yesterday. The day before was 40 views. 33. 24 for number 6. And the biggest one was number 1 with 131 views. That's not a surprise.
Nice.
Yeah. That's the only one that broke 100. Number 3, 57, I think is the next biggest one. But pretty cool. Oh, I started uploading them to BitChute too. So we'll have the archive and shit.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I meant to ask you if you were archiving them or not.
Yeah, so I started putting them on BitChute. I'm gonna put them on.
Well, he's a Fed, so he has to save all the stuff for evidence later, right?
Yeah,
true.
yeah. Since I'm a Fed, I gotta document this shit. So, but yeah, I'm. Oh yeah, I'm gonna start putting them on. Was that LBRY library, or I guess Odyssey is the front end they use or something. So I'm gonna put those up. Finish putting them up on BitChute and put the ones up on library tomorrow, probably, or at least start putting them on library tomorrow. But anyway, thank you all for showing up. This has been Fren Report number 10. And we'll see you all tomorrow. I'm going to mute you guys so I can play the song.
Just wanted to say take care. Thanks for having me.
Good night, guys.
Night, Borthers.
Texas won't let me in. I ain't gonna be here long. Not afraid I'm going. I ain't gonna be here long, Lord. I ain't gonna be here long. Unhealthy the way that I live. My liver's gone, my lungs are shot, my heart's about to give. But I ain't gonna let that bother me, no. So I'm drinking, smoking, gun to rebel son. I ain't gonna let that bother me, no. Lord. So I'm drinking, smoking, gun to rebel son. I ain't gonna be here long. Not afraid I'm going. I ain't gonna be here long, Lord. Ain't gonna be here long. Ain't gonna be here long. No matter where I'm going. I ain't gonna be here long, Lord. So I'm drinking, smoking, gun to rebel son.